What's going on?
Nothing much. A ton of rain.
Yeah, it's been raining like Noah's Ark today. Holy cow.
Yeah, I almost hydroplaned on the expressway.
Smile their priority. You can schedule an appointment today by calling them at 607-545-4148. It's Military Appreciation Weekend presented by our friends over at Lockheed Martin. The Black Bears will be donning special Armed Forces Appreciation jerseys all weekend long, both tonight and Saturday night. As I turn to my partner tonight, a very special guest inside the broadcast booth, Mr. Alex Jones, joining us for the broadcast this year. Alex, thank you for coming on and spending some time with us this evening.
Brooksy, thank you for having me. It's great to get to enjoy some amazing Black Bears hockey action.
Well, let's not waste any more time here on the pregame show. Let's take a deep dive into Black Bears Rewind and talk about the highlights from the previous game back in Elmira last Saturday night. If you can think with me all the way back to November 5th of 2022, the Black Bears would go on to win the game 4-2 as the Black Bears were able to come from behind a comeback victory. They were down, Alex, after the first 20 minutes, and for the first time this year, they faced some adversity against Elmira.
Yeah, Brooksy, it's great to see how they came back from that. A come-from-behind victory is always a great feat, and they always say that a two-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey. Seeing the boys come from behind that was a great game to see face some adversity and see how they rebounded towards that.
The Black Bears did face that adversity, and they were able to capitalize Friday and Saturday night. 2 regulation wins, meaning the Black Bears were able to grab 6 points, and thanks to the Thunderbirds defeating Danbury and splitting that series, it forced a tie at the top with the Danbury Hat Tricks. The Hat Tricks will be in town the day before Thanksgiving on the 23rd. But before we keep going forward on Danbury, let's go a little bit further into that game the other night. The Black Bears were down 2-1, and then they scored 2 goals in the second period, thanks to none other than Jesse Anderson. And we've talked about it off the air and in the office as the days go by here without hockey games, that Jesse Anderson really is starting to become a standout player for the Black Bears this season.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that really can pick you up when you're down. He creates his own shots, especially on the power play. Although he's in the third pairing tonight, that really isn't as much a big a deal as it is in the NHL level. And when you have a guy creating on that level with that much success, it really boosts your team morale, knowing is anytime he's on the ice, it's likely to light the lamp.
That's 77 dressed in camouflage tonight. Jesse Anderson from Wasaga Beach, Ontario, leads the team in scoring with 7 goals. He's second on the team in points, only behind Tyler Jurich. 2 assists for Anderson, and as Alex alluded to, 4 power play goals between Anderson this year, and that's been the key to lighting the lamp. Black Bears would add 1 more in the final period. It would be an empty net goal by Tyler Jurich, who would find his way onto the score sheet, picking up his 4th goal of the season, and that would ice the game away and send the Black Bears home happy. And Alex, how big is it for a team to go on the road and grab 2 wins, nonetheless in regulation, and you really come away with 6 possible points?
A 6-point weekend is always a great boost to morale. You got cross-conference rivals coming in Motor City, and that leads you with some great confidence into this weekend. Jurich on the board is always great, too. He's one of the best scorers in the league, racing towards the league record 4 points and goals. And he's just one of those guys, once he starts getting rolling like that, he just doesn't stop.
I believe he had 98 points last year, tied with Nikita Ivashkin, who's still looking to get going. And Nikita, on the other hand, is still doing good. He has 5 goals with 3 assists, not too far behind Jurich and Anderson in points. But it's going to be a big key for the Black Bears to get Ivashkin really going here this weekend. That is Black Bears Rewind, brought to you by the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. Join the Booster Club. It's only $10. Next time you come out to a Black Bears home game, head on behind Section 4. They have a kiosk table set up, and they can feed you more information about joining the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club. We're going to take a step aside here on the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Back with you after these messages. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
Grab a beer with Southern
Welcome back in to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental.
On Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
Jimmy John's in Vestal makes freaky fast, freaky fresh. Sandwiches near you using only the freshest ingredients. Stop by and order delivery or pick up from our location right here in Vestal for a tasty sandwich today. Whether you're in store or in a delivery zone, we'll always make you a tasty sandwich. Jimmy John's on the Vestal Parkway. You can reach them at their phone number 607-304-2380 today. Jimmy John's, freaky fast gourmet sandwiches.
Get access to exclusive player events, monthly parties, and road trips to away Black Bears games. This is what you get when you become a member of the Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Stop by the Booster Club table behind Section 4 at the next Black Bears home game, pick up a 50-50 ticket, and sign up to join for just $10. Stay up to date on the Booster Club by liking their Facebook page, facebook.com/Binghamton Black Bears Booster Club. Monthly meetings with players, road trips, and a whole lot of fun when you join the Black Bears Booster Club.
You're listening to the Triple Cities Family Dental Black Bears pregame show. Now back to the arena and the voice of the Black Bears, Brooks Hill on Fox Sports 1430.
Welcome back in for the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Triple Cities Family Dental, making your smile their priority. You can schedule an appointment by calling them at their office number 607-545-4148. As we keep trucking along here on the pregame show, it's now time for the injuries and scratches, brought to you by our friends over at the Court Gesture Athletic Club. For the Black Bears tonight, the scratches are Yuri Hada, still yet to play his first game with the Black Bears. Gavin Yates out with an upper body injury. Austin Thompson still on the scratch list, hoping to see Thompson a little bit later this weekend. And Kyle Powell in the walking boot with a lower body concern. Those are tonight's injuries and scratches, brought to you by our friends over at the Court Gesture Athletic Club, Binghamton's premier fitness facility. Let's take a look at what's happening around the FPHL tonight on the out-of-town scoreboard. Tonight's game between the Rockers and the Black Bears will be the first game to kick off in the league tonight. The Watertown Wolves and the Columbus River Dragons are getting ready to drop the puck at 7:30 down in Georgia. The Elmira Mammoth will take on the Danbury Hat-Tricks at 7:30 in Connecticut. The Delaware Thunder are heading down to North Carolina to take on the Carolina Thunderbirds. Puck drop at 7:35 at Winston-Salem Fairgrounds. And the final game of the night, the Port Huron Prowlers, who just played the Motor City Rockers last week, are taking on the Mississippi River Dragons at 8:05 Eastern, 7:05 Central Time. And Alex, any of those games stand out for you tonight on the out-of-town scoreboard and we look around the league?
You know, I'm interested in the Dragons and versus the Prowlers. It's going to be a good matchup of the Continental Division, and it's going to be one of the top-flight matchups of the week so far. It's always interesting to see what Watertown does, especially going face a team like Columbus, and we see them for the next month or so quite a few times. So it'll be interesting to see in that matchup what we're looking forward to a few weeks down the road.
That's the voice of tonight's color commentator, Alex Jones. And next time you hear our voice, it'll be time to drop the puck. You've been listening to the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show. Schedule an appointment by calling them at 607-545-4148 today. Puck drop is coming up right after this. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
Binghamton Black Bears hockey is on the air. The Black Bears on Fox Sports 1430 is brought to you in part by American Standard Heating and Air, Atlas James Construction, the Black Bears Booster Club, Budweiser, Broome OPWDD, Columbia Mutual Life Insurance Company, Corchester Athletic Club, CryoWorks, Excite Motorsports, Fairways Indoor Golf, Jeff D's Auto Sales, Jimmy John's, Homer Men and Boys Store, Ideal Bowling Center, La Quinta Inn and Suites, Learning Ladder, Lofts at JC, Northeastern Striping Corporation, New York 529 College Savings Plan, Southern Tier Brew, Thompson & Johnson, Toyota, Triple Cities Family Dental, and by Tullings. Now, back to the arena and the voice of the Binghamton Black Bears, Brooks Hill on Fox Sports 1430 WENE Endicott.
Welcome, everybody, for another rendition of Black Bears hockey as the team presents the American flag out at center ice. I will step aside momentarily. We have a very special presentation coming from the Celtic Pipe and Drum Company, along with a amazing rendition of the national anthem. Don't go anywhere.
First, please welcome World War II United States Navy veteran, 96-year-old signalman second class, George Harrington.
You know the arena staff Wi-Fi password is? There's a sheet of paper on back there.
United States Navy veteran, 101-year-old petty officer The Binghamton Black Bears thank you for your service. Now, performing their military set, please welcome Broome County's original pipe band, Broome County Celtic Pipe and Drum.
We want to thank our friends over at the Broome County Celtic Pipe and Drum for their military salute as well. As we get set for the national anthem here, the teams located at center ice with the American flag. Military Appreciation Weekend presented by Lockheed Martin is officially underway. As Joni Celcioni will wow us with her rendition of God Bless America. That was Jody Sessione with her rendition of God Bless America, and now honoring the men and women who protect our freedom so we can have nights like military appreciation. It's time for Alicia's rendition of the national anthem. Sion has done an amazing job with her rendition of the national anthem, and she can definitely hit the high note, held it for a long time. I'm going to go out on a limb and say best national anthem that we've had this year so far.
Definitely. I would completely agree with you.
While the team is wrapping up the American flag as it will be ushered off of the ice, it's now time to present tonight's goaltending matchup, brought to you by our friends over at Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company. For the Motor City Rockers, it'll be number 72, the southpaw goaltender, Trevor Babin. And the Black Bears are all too familiar with Trevor Babin, playing in 32 games last year for the Delaware Thunder. Comes over to Fraser, Michigan, and play for the Rockers this season. He's 3-2-0 so far on the young campaign. And he will face off with the red-hot Riley McVeigh. Riley McVeigh coming over in a trade from Columbus, making his first start at home this season. Alex, he's 2-0-1, an overtime loss in his first ever professional game. And what stands out to you so far about Riley McVeigh?
Well, you know, Brooks, it's just really, he gets out early and often on those pucks, really absorbs them, doesn't allow for second chances. And when those second chances are available, they're not the type that you're looking for, which is really impressive from a young goalkeeper.
That's the voice of Alex Jones, and that is the goaltending matchup brought to you by our friends over at Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company. Thompson & Johnson Equipment Company, they elevate your expectations. Talk about the third team on the ice tonight. It's tonight's officials, brought to you by our friends over at the Atlas James Construction Company. The referees are Joe Testa and Kyle Spice, and the linesmen are Corey Stahl and Steve Polonki. My apologies. Steve Polonki, Corey Stahl on the linesmen. Referees are Joe Testa and Kyler Spice. The officials tonight brought to you by our friends over at the Atlas James Construction Company. Gideon Von Hansen, the search and rescue dog tonight, dropping the ceremonial first puck. As puck put down on the ice, Captain Jake Schultz will win it back. And a very good boy is Gideon, dropping the puck. And Alex can't have too many puck drops by a dog so far, I think, in the Fed this year. I believe that might be the first one.
I would wager a guess to say you're right, Brooks. It seems to be the only of its kind so far this year in the Federal Hockey League.
Well, Gideon was a good boy, dropped the puck in a favorable spot for Jake Schultz to draw it back. Don't see too many defensemen drawing into the face-off dot.
Not unless something's gone horribly wrong, Brooks.
Well, let's hope Schultz doesn't have to take another face-off here tonight as we get set. Tonight's starting lineup first for the visiting Motor City Rockers: Josh Colton, Roman Gaudette, Everett Thompson, Mike Wynn, and Derek Makima. And for Binghamton, it'll be Tyson Kirkby, Gino D'Angelo, Tyler Jurich. The forward group, Jake Schultz, along with his pair, Colin Fitzgerald, back in the Binghamton sweater for the first time this season. Puck drop is underway as the Black Bears have it down low. Jurich looking for a centering pass to an out-camp D'Angelo out in front, but it gets deflected and behind the net. Jurich now down low behind the goal line again, looking for a friend to pass to. Here go cross ice for the captain, Schultz, and redirected on the way through by Kirkby into the netting and out of play.
Brooks, it really seems like the Black Bears are finding each other's tape early and often tonight. This is the type of cohesion you like to see that easily can lead to some early points.
We talked to Tom Reynolds in the Tully's Coaches Corner before the game. If you missed the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show, talked about how the first 5 minutes of a hockey game are very important. We'll see if the Black Bears can strike first here early. Face-off won by the Black Bears, but a centering pass by Jurich gets interrupted, and Motor City will poke it past the blue line. Fitzgerald will have to indirect it back to the Motor City forward group. That is Artem Alekin. Second line out now for the Rockers. Rockers dressed tonight in their traditional home blacks with purple trim, purple numbers, and white outline. The Black Bears outfitted in these wonderful Armed Force Appreciation jerseys brought to you by our friends over at Lockheed Martin. Rockers have the puck down low now in the corner, but they will turn it away. JT Walters trying to be the first man to it. Ivashkin tries to one-up it out of the zone, but it appears that Brett Parker will skate across the red line with control of the puck. 2-on-2 for the Black Bears. Parker on his forehand, throws a wrist shot, and Babin has to squeeze his arm in between his chest and make sure that puck doesn't leak through.
The defense got caught a little flat-footed there. Motor City put the puck deep in their zone. However, the Black Bears were able to turn it into a 2-on-2 opportunity. That's the kind of stuff you love to see. Even when you make a misstep, turn it into an offensive advantage.
Third line out on the ice, Josh Newberg, the center, with Nikita Ivashkin and Brett Parker. This line was dangerous last week in Elmira. Ivashkin always camped out around the face-off dot for a one-timing position. And speaking of Nikita, there he is with the puck, dancing around one defender, but the second one will knock the puck away. Ivashkin drops it back for Walters. Walters at the point finds Ivashkin in the slot and gets it stripped away at the last second.
Just needed one more touch there, Brooks. He would have had it through. Icing waved off.
And a big hit down low from Mathieu Boilar, wearing his old number from last year, 43. Wearing 43 again, and Motor City still with control of the puck, but a big hit by Boilar, maybe trying to set the tone physically. Ian White with a slap shot that's easily detected by McVeigh, and where Riley will melt it down for a pause.
That was a good job by Ian White holding that puck in there in the blue zone. Held it right on the line, was able to get a quick shot, but an easy save.
Ian White, over 400 NHL games played, come out of retirement to play in the FPHL for the hometown Motor City Rockers, made a name for himself with the Detroit Red Wings, and if you're in the area, why not continue to lace up the skates and keep on playing the great game that all of us love. Face-off won by Binghamton. They're having a little bit of a hard time exiting the zone. Turnover right outside the blue line, but it appears that former Laker Mac Lewis will throw it up for his teammate, and a cross-corner dump in for Binghamton. Puts a one-on-one matchup by Jamie Bussell, the former Utica Comet, and Binghamton just has so much forward depth with former New York college hockey players. Alex, it's really great to see some hometown kids get an opportunity to play at the professional level.
It really is, seeing some Oswego Lakers and different local SUNY schools getting some love. Bussell finishes check well there.
2-on-1, late developing, but McVeigh might have got to stick to it at the last possible second. Looks like Binghamton was more concerned about the hit than they were the puck that time. Cross-ice pass for Anderson. They say it's onside. Anderson in alone, but a 5-hole save made by Babin.
I'll tell you what, Mike Haskins was looking for some heat there. He was coming across with some evil intentions.
Dumped in by Makima, and Motor City will roll a change as Binghamton goes cross-ice once again. Now D'Angelo with the puck with Kirkby and Fitzgerald. Kirkby on it with his backhand, circles the net, back at the point. A hammering shot by Schultz never made it through. It was blocked on the way through by Roman Gaudette. But another costly turnover for Motor City as the Rockers not having a lot of time in the offensive end just quite yet.
I'll tell you what, Binghamton's looking really good in the neutral zone right now, putting a lot of pressure on, forcing Motor City to turn over the puck.
Fitzgerald's now with it, trying to go around the last line of defense in Clausen, but Clausen holds his zone. Partial breakaway opportunity at the last second, but the Black Bears will gap up, and a penalty is going to be taken by Jake Schultz. And we will see the Black Bears going on the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill first here tonight, Alex.
If I had to bet my money on it, that's going to be a holding call there, Brooks, on the partial breakaway. Schultz just got a little too tight on him. I don't fully agree with the call, but he finished that check into the boards, at least made it so it wasn't a scoring opportunity.
That's what we talked about with Gary Gill last week, is when to take a right penalty. If it's to deny a scoring opportunity, it's a good penalty. You don't want the costly penalties, just like throwing the puck out of the glass for a delay of game. Northeastern Striping Corporation for the Black Bears running at 84%. This year they have 3 shorthanded goals. Binghamton wins the faceoff and will throw it all the way down. Trevor Babin will set it up on a tee for his power play unit. The power play operating for Motor City at 19.5% this year. Only 8 power play goals to show for it. 8 is good. That's second in the league, but with the amount of power plays that they've had, still operating below 20%.
Yeah, you definitely think Motor City would want to score more on their special teams. Walters had a great clear there, got it deep, and wasn't really denied a good shot to set up their power play for Motor City.
Rockers will skate across the Binghamton blue line, and a centering pass out in front can't get connected to, as newly acquired Declan Conway from the Carolina Thunderbirds just didn't get enough on that backhand pass. Now Colton with it at the blue line, 2 men up high. Conway throws a wrist shot that skates through Jesse Anderson's skate down into the corner. Motor City still with control of the puck. A high wrist shot and easily detected by the smaller than average Riley McVeigh.
Yeah, you know, Anderson really got his body in front of that one. That's what you love to see from the guys on the penalty kill, sacrificing themselves and getting out in front of those shots, just killing it before it even gets to the net.
Partial changes by both sides. Binghamton will send out Gino D'Angelo and Tyson Kirkby as the 2 forwards on the penalty kill unit. Defenseman MJ Merkel and Colin Fitzgerald still out on the ice. Wrist shot and a goal on the power play. McVeigh didn't squeeze his legs tight enough, and the Rockers are on the board first. 1-0 Motor City with 14:54 left to go.
You know, Brooks, that's one of those times that you just throw the puck in the net and hope it comes out well. Miss 100% shots you don't take, according to Michael Scott, and that's one of those times Motor City gets the quick first goal.
It's Scott Coash getting the power play goal. Motor City's power play 1-for-1, and just like the Mississippi Seawolves did when they came to town a couple of weeks ago, the away team gets on the board first here inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. 1-0 contest, and now Motor City looking to add on some more. Puck down low below the goal line. Conklin with it, and he will get it stripped away at the last possible second by Tyson Kirkby. But the Rockers still with control of it at center ice. They're dumping it all the way behind McVeigh's net, who will set it up for JT Walters, who will come and pick it up on his forehand. See what the response is for Binghamton here the next shift.
See how Binghamton gets out of their own end with the rush here.
Walters will saucer it up to center ice, right onto the tape of Gino D'Angelo. D'Angelo, the lefty, will skate into the faceoff dot, lose control of it, throws a snapshot right on for Babin. Babin had to be alert for it. Schultz, wrist shot at the point, looking for a tip from Jurich. Jurich down low, trying to one-hand pass it up to Boilar. And it'll be thrown out of the zone, and Everett Thompson now with the puck on his stick gets it taken away by Jurich, but Jurich can't get the puck deep, gives it right back to Thompson.
Binghamton keeps forcing those neutral zone turnovers that are causing Motor City to lose the puck as they push the offensive end.
Wrist shot throw high and wide of the target. Vaughn Clausen nowhere near the net that time, but Motor City content to let the puck stay in the corner. Roll a partial change, 2-on-1 if the Black Bears hurley. Parker's pass just a little bit out in front of Nikita Ivashkin, but the Black Bears had momentarily control at the blue line, but it appears that Motor City will escape harm. Everett Thompson will throw it across the blue line into the Binghamton end, but right onto the stick of the captain, who will go behind the net, D-to-D passing for Colin Fitzgerald.
An accidental deflection by Newby, kicks it back into the defensive zone.
Wrist shot, McVeigh didn't know that he stopped it. He had a good leg save, but a redirect out in front, and Motor City makes it 2-0 early. here in the first period.
Those your own zone face-offs are going to kill you every time, Brooks. Binghamton just couldn't get the clear. They kept turning it over in their own end, and a goal for Motor City is the result.
2-0 Motor City. And for the away club, that's exactly what you want to do, is go ahead and get out to an early lead. And it's a lot of deja vu for Binghamton as they find themselves in a hole to the continental side early here with 13:04 left to go.
Well, Brooks, last week the same thing happened in Elmira. They went down early, came back for a big lead. This team's likes to normally get out to a fast start, but they've shown that they can come from behind and win games.
2-0 for the Black Bears. They're going to need some offensive firepower and some high-quality shots, not just quantity. Shots on goal are 5 for Motor City, 4 for Binghamton. And a good back check by Mac Lewis keeps the puck outside of the blue line momentarily. That gets the crowd excited for a mere second as a wrist shot is put on by Koash outside of the face-off dot. McVeigh will swallow up, and we will take the opportunity to step aside. 2-0 Motor City over Binghamton. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Welcome back to the action. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton as a wrist shot is put on by Tommy Cardinal right off of the offensive zone faceoff for Motor City. And the Black Bears find themselves down by 2 before we get to the 10-minute mark here in the first period, Alex.
Yeah, you know, the Black Bears need to dig deep here. They need to get back one. But you know what they say, Brooks, two-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey.
You mentioned that during the Triple Cities pregame show, and we want to thank our friends over at Triple Cities Family Dental for sponsoring the pregame show. As always, tomorrow's pregame show will be at 6:45 as McVeigh swallows up another wrist shot. And another face-off in the Binghamton end, and Tommy Cardinal matched up against Gino D'Angelo. Cardinal back on his power side will win it forward. It looks like Walters maybe overskated it temporarily, but it'll be Binghamton trying to come out of their own end with the puck, but Cardinal throws it to an open side in front of the Black Bears bench. Nobody home for Motor City, and Boilar will just throw it all the way into the far corner. Binghamton trying to get on the forecheck and trying to cut into this 2-0 deficit. Wrist shot put on high and wide of Babin's net. And something that we hadn't talked about a whole lot yet, but Babin, a reverse style goalie or goofy southpaw, whichever way you look at it. First time that the Black Bears are facing a goalie that catches with their right hand, Alex, instead of their left.
We got a broken stick for Borslin, too. He comes off with a change for Schultz.
Low danger wrist shot put on by the birthday boy, Jonathan Giuliano, wearing 53 in dark tonight. Giuliano trying to grab the all-elusive birthday goal. Hero skate off the ice. And Jurich trying to forecheck his man, but the puck will escape the Binghamton end. Not going to be icing, will not reach the goal line behind the side. Binghamton will take the opportunity to roll a change.
That was an excellent dump there, Brooks. Let the whole team get a full change out there and get some fresh legs on the ice.
No icing once again against Motor City. Black Bears take over with the puck in their own end, right onto the stick of Brett Parker. Parker getting hounded on his own face-off dot by Derek Makima.
Looks like we got a high stick coming up here, Brooks. Motor City just caught one of the Binghamton Black Bears in the face around the net.
McVeigh will skate off of the bench. Brett Parker with a head of steam gets separated from the puck. Motor City will touch up. And we will have Motor City's first penalty and the first opportunity for the Black Bears to go on the power play.
This is huge here, Brooks. You know, being able to get a power play early in this first period, about halfway through, they get an opportunity here to go get one closer and put one in the back of the net.
At 10:50, it's a high sticking call to Motor City's Derek Makima. Makima, 2 minutes up on the board for a minor infraction. First penalty of the night against Motor City. Black Bears power play coming into tonight, 22% with 10 power play goals. Misfire at the blue line by Jake Schultz forces all the teammates dressed in camo to back out of their own end. And Schultz will collect the puck right in front of Riley McVeigh, and they will start a breakout from their own side. Now with it is Mac Lewis. Mac Lewis, the right-hander, trying to create any separation, but a good job by Clausen separating his man from the goal. Kirkby with it now in the face-off dot, back to Tyler Jurich. 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. Jake Schultz, the lone defenseman so far. Wrist shot put on, and a good save made by Babin. Puck, though, stays at the blue line thanks to Jake Schultz. Slap shot, and denied once again by Babin. Kirkby now taking the opportunity. Play down legally with the hand by Jamie Bussell. Bussell skating around here, give it back at the blue line for Schultz. Schultz to Kirkby, D-to-D passing. Black Bears working around the umbrella, trying to look for Jurich on the back door, but blocked on the way through by a Motor City defenseman. Bussell, cross-ice pass for Jurich. It's in his skates and not on his stick, and out come the Rockers. This shot put up high of the target. Might have been shooting for a rebound, but a quick change by Motor City as Scott Koash, who already has a power play goal tonight, we might have been looking for a short-handed one. Nikita Ivashkin across the blue, red, and another blue line, trying to beat Babin to the near post, doing a good job defensively as Motor City. And Ivashkin throws it around. It's in the blue paint. Nobody home, and it'll escape the blue line once again. Boilar tries to up the puck, but it's going to be turned over by Gaudet. Roman Gaudet trying to stick handle around Ivashkin.
He's just going to take it in the corner and kill it for a minute, Brooks. 10
seconds left to go in the penalty. McVeigh will tap his stick down, signaling that a man's getting ready to come out of the penalty box. 3 seconds and 2, and the Black Bears power play is 0 for 1 tonight so far.
But Brooks, right after a power play is a really dangerous time. You still most likely have your power play team on the ice. They got guys out of position. Let's see if the Black Bears can capitalize.
Puck held in momentarily at the blue line by Parker, and as you alluded to, Alex, sometimes you have 4 forwards still out on the ice, and a costly pass from Motor City could have taken away an odd man opportunity. Here comes Jesse Anderson, the star of our pregame show, as we alluded to. 7 goals through 8 games. One of 2 Black Bears to play all 8 games this season, along with Tyler Jurich. And typically good things happen when Jesse Anderson finds his way onto the score sheet. We'll see if he can later on tonight. Gavin Abbott with it down low, but he gets separated from the puck by Dante Soffredini. Soffredini will shove the puck out of the zone. But no, the Black Bears take right back over. Play is on sides. Abbott will shove the puck down low for Newberg. Newberg trying to get it over to Mac Lewis, but it will escape Mac Lewis's grasp right onto the stick of Conway, who will exit the zone. But a Rocker will lose his edge right at the faceoff dot. Alekin blew a tire, and that allows Binghamton to, 1, change lines, and 2, take control of the puck.
Also allowed Motor City to get a full line change. He was able to dump the puck in, tap the puck as it went by, so no icing.
MJ Merkel, one of the hometown kids, with the puck behind his net. He will give it up for the captain, Jake Schultz. Gavin Abbott, who's been out there a long time, over a minute shift for number 6, dressed in camo tonight. As Merkel now will escape from behind his own net and indirected over to Jamie Bussell. Bussell will get it deep enough to where Binghamton can roll a change for the forwards. Won't generate any offense in that shift, as Binghamton and Motor City just trading opportunities so far in the neutral zone. Plays offsides. Kirkby will touch it, and that will send us to commercial with 6:41 left to go in the first period. Motor City on top of Binghamton 2-0. 6:41 left to go. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Welcome back to the action. Alex Jones and myself, Brooks Hill, calling the hockey game tonight as the Black Bears were offsides. That sent us to commercial. Binghamton will win the faceoff, dump it in to the Motor City side, and the teams will trade opportunities. Riley McVeigh, though, will watch the puck glide softly into his crease and cover up for a faceoff.
You know, Brooks, I want to see a little more life here from the Black Bears. Their legs seem a little tired, need to push the puck a little bit. Motor City's giving them some opportunities. I'd love for them to take advantage of it.
6:30 left to go here in the first period. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have the Excite Motorsports intermission report still to come after the first 20 minutes. Slap shot put on by Colston, and a drifting McVeigh will catch it and melt it down once again.
Great glove save there by McVeigh. Got across this crease well, located the puck into his glove, easy, made it look easy.
A booming slap shot from Vaughn Clouston. Drifted McVeigh a little bit out of his net. Might have gone wide should McVeigh not touch it, but you never get in the way of a goaltender trying to make a save. Never take the puck away from the guy wearing the most pads on the ice. Kirkby will take the face-off win by Binghamton, get it across the red line, but not deep enough to where Binghamton can take control of the puck. Clouston will indirect it up the boards, and here comes Derek Makima. Makima throws it cross ice, and another 2-on-2 opportunity for the Rockers. Puck down low behind the net, but a pass that almost escapes the Motor City offensive end. They're indirected off the back of the net non-intentionally, and Binghamton just gives it right back to Motor City in another possession coming up for the Rockers.
You know, Binghamton's got to be less cavalier with the puck. They're really not getting the possessions they had in the first half of this period, and they're giving away too many pucks in their own zone.
Brandon Contrato with the puck now, former Black Bear. Played a lot of games last season here in Binghamton, now playing for the Adversaries. And Parker now with the puck, crosses the red line and the blue line on sides with Ivashkin. Ivashkin calling for the puck, but instead Parker goes cross ice for Newberg, who already had a man smothering him in defense. Jake Schultz, though, with the puck in his own faceoff dot, tries to give it up for the Russian Ivashkin. Ivashkin with a good stick lift. Puck on his stick, gets taken down legally. Crowd looking for a call. They're not going to get one there. Newberg just having to dump it cross ice. And it looks like one of the Rockers lost their helmet. Here, skate over to the bench. Schultz will try to play it legally with his hand. Right on the stick of Koash, and a big save from McVeigh to keep this game at 2-0. Motor City taking advantage of some puck luck with some good bounces in favor of the visitors here in period number 1.
You can feel it, Brooks, though. The Black Bears are buzzing a little bit more. The legs are moving. Pucks are moving up and down the ice. It's doing well.
Fitzgerald turns it over in the offensive end, and here comes Tommy Cardinal. Cardinal, cross ice pass, deflected on the way through. Looked like Jamie Bussell did a good job as a centerman, getting down low and taking away the pass at the last possible second. Bussell, the former Utica Pioneer, played 5 years for the Pioneers, and his last season was an alternate captain for Utica College. Love to see when guys come to the team who already have a good set of leadership skills, and you know, only so many people can wear a letter on their jersey, but the more guys that you have who have done it in the past will speak well. No icing, as it appeared that McVeigh might have come out of his crease, or the pass was deflected on the way through. Merkel gets tied up at the blue line and in all alone.
Surprised there was no holding call there, Brooks. The Motor City forward took our defender down there, didn't let him up, and surprised we didn't get a hold there.
Roman Gaudet had a partial breakaway at the last possible second, was upended, and MJ Merkel will send his man down to the ice. That'll get the crowd energized. One-on-one now. Gino D'Angelo with the puck. Has it batted away momentarily. D'Angelo now to Abbott. Abbott, wrist shot, save made by Babin.
That was a huge hit in the Black Bears' own zone. Energized the crowd and seemed to energize the team as well.
Just under 3:15 left to go here in period number 1. Shots on goal still favoring the visitors from Michigan, 9-8 in favor of the Rockers. Contrato, the former Black Bear, taking his sweet time playing the puck from behind his net. Jurich camped out at the blue line. Play is on sides. Motor City bench was looking for the offsides call, but here come the Rockers. Pass out in front and a sprawling save made post to post by Riley McVeigh.
A kick save and a beaut from McVeigh there, Brooks.
McVeigh's keeping the Black Bears in this contest, and Tyler Jurich trying to put pressure on in the offensive side Fitzgerald with it at his red line. Here go backwards to Jake Schultz. Allow everybody for Binghamton to tag back up on the delayed offsides. Dante Suffredini, hounded by Josh Newberg down low. And Cardinal with it at the red line will just up it. And another cross-ice pass that could have been costly. Brad Reeder. Reeder dancing around his man. That's Brett Parker. Parker thought that he had passed it off, but instead at the blue line is Colston. Pass got deflected on the way through, intended for number 53, Jonathan Giuliano.
Huge block there by Parker at the top of the zone. Puck's not able to escape, however.
Black Bears will throw it out on the second attempt. They can't keep possession of it, but Binghamton is allowed to put some fresh bodies out on the ice, and Motor City needs some fresh bodies as well, Alex, and now Binghamton takes over with the puck. Here comes number 7, Mac Lewis, the former SUNY Oswego Laker. Lewis with it on his backhand, trying to create any separation, out in front and off the side of the net. Rebound, they score!
You know, Brooks, you love to see that kind of play from Lewis. He fouled his pass into that, fouled it all the way around. The rebound bounced right out in front of the net to the right, to our right. Back, Lewis buries it in the back of the net. What a great goal from Lewis there. Great effort play from the former Oneonta Laker.
18:40 gone in period number 1, and the Black Bears get on the board as we take a look at the Heinz Energy replay. Mac Lewis stayed with the play, and it might have gone off of a Motor City defender out in front as they were trying to clear the zone. It gets past Trevor Babin. The shutout's over, and the Black Bears are on the board. As it stands right now, it's Mac Lewis's goal with 1:20 left to go in the first period.
Just a great effort there, Brooks. Again, you got to put pucks on net, and that's exactly what Lewis did there. Hits off a Motor City favor, a favorable Binghamton bounce, and then we're down 1 goal now to Motor City.
Anderson touches up, plays on sides. Here's Jamie Bussell, the Pioneer, wrapping around a net, gets separated from the puck as Josh Colton now collects the loose chains, but the Black Bears stay on the forecheck as there's 1 minute left to go here in the period. Mathieu Boilard from Ascot Corner, Quebec, puts in a slap shot to temporarily keep the zone. The Black Bears will dump it behind the net, and looks like a tired Mac Lewis will skate off. And here comes hometown kid Gino D'Angelo. 40 seconds left to go in the period. A big hit put on by MJ Merkel, and Merkel not producing on the stat sheet just quite yet, but he is throwing his body around, trying to get the crowd into it, laying some hits.
I'll tell you what, he's bringing the physical play early and often so far against Motor City, and he's been making a point when a Motor City player's sleep, get the body on him.
Mike Wynn puts a wrist shot on. That's swallowed up by McVeigh. Rebound, though, does become available. Now our Tim Alekin with it down low. They go all the way up to the blue line for Clausen. Clausen puts a booming slap shot right off the leg of Tyson Kirkby. Looks like a lot of fans thought it was going to make its way into the crowd, but that is where we will stand after the first period. Motor City 2, Binghamton 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. We have the Excite Motorsports intermission report coming up. We'll have the Binghamton Hockey Booster Club highlights, a look at the Columbian Mutual Life Insurance stat sheet, and all of that and more, and a very special interview with Black Bears defenseman Mike Haskins. Don't go anywhere, fans. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Hey, got a question for you. We didn't take that last time out because the puck kept moving, right?
Yeah,
Black Bear fans, it's now time for the Bricks Barber Company Clip of the Week.
Round 1 defender, can he make it 2? Has the puck below the net, centering pass in front, they score! Austin Thompson sends everybody home happy for Binghamton. 4-3 final.
Bricks Barber Company located in the number 5 Commons at 41 South Washington Street right here in downtown Binghamton. Give them a visit today. Join us Tuesday, November 15th at 6 p.m. for the next live show at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway.
Power outages are a thing of the past when you have a Generac home standby generator installed by the team at American Electric. Give them a call today or visit them on the web at aegenerators.com.
If you're looking to install a beautiful, durable, and handcrafted countertop, call Atlas James Construction. The Southern Tier's most trusted stone fabrication will design and install your dream countertop and let you choose from a premium selection of natural stones like marble, granite, or quartzite. Stone or granite countertops starting as low as $35 per square foot installed. Schedule your free quote and receive a free sink with your countertop project. Call 607-275-5495.
CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks, 26 South Washington Street, Binghamton. Call to schedule an appointment today at 607-269-5392.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy, get approved for financing and e-sign online right from your phone. Ride, have your new power sport vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more. With a full team of providers across New York and Pennsylvania offering same or next day appointments, Guthrie gets you back in the game as quickly as possible. Call the Guthrie Sports Medicine team today at 866-GUTHRIE or learn more at guthrie.org/sportsmed.
Now it's time to take a look back from the previous Tully's Good Times with Coach show. Make sure to subscribe to the Binghamton Black Bears YouTube page so you can catch every show. Join us Tuesday, November 15th at 6 p.m. for the next live show at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway.
Welcome back into the Tully's Good Times with Coach Show. I'm Brooks Hill, now joined by Black Bears goaltender Joe Shepard. Joe, thanks for spending some time out of your evening coming out to Tully's and having a good time with us.
Appreciate it, Brooks. Thanks for having me.
Let's go ahead and talk about coming back this season. Like Matu, who we're going to get to a little bit later in the show, you're one of the returning Black Bears. What led you to return to Binghamton this season?
Yeah, I definitely think this is a great place to play. I mean, we have a nice arena and all that stuff, but I think when you look at the town and the history of the hockey here, it's awesome to be a part of it. I mean, as a goalie, looking at guys like Ray Emery, Robin Leonard being goalies here, and now to be a goalie here as well, I think it's pretty cool, and it's definitely just a great place to play to be here.
Two names that you mentioned, Ray Emery and Robin Leonard, both playing for the Binghamton Senators at the time. Two great guys, and God rest Ray Emery's soul, in the Binghamton Hockey Hall of Fame, a recent inductee, I believe, in the 2021 class. Just has a rich history, was a great goaltender for the Senators at the AHL level. And coming in here, and you, Owen, and Riley, Brian, all trying to step into the same arena that some great guys who came through and do it. And I know that the locker room still has some remnants of Senators and Devil stuff, and if you haven't seen the inside of the Black Bears locker room, it is AHL, or at this rate, Arizona Coyote level of locker room based on the way that they're playing. And you mentioned about how nice the arena is, but can you give maybe the fans at home or here in the restaurant just a little insight on how nice the facilities actually are for a minor league team here in town?
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret. I mean, we're definitely spoiled here. I mean, as a player, like selfishly, you look at it, you have everything you need to get better on a daily basis. I mean, you've got gym, you've got a steam room, hot tubs, cold tubs, cryo. I mean, all the ice we need, and on top of it, all that stuff's really nice. So that's kind of the cherry on top. So just having all that stuff, I mean, we're really spoiled. I mean, I played on teams in high leagues higher than this, and they don't have what we have. So, yeah, we like what we have here, and we definitely try to use some gratitude and take good care of what we have because we know it's special.
Go into the weekend a little bit with Danbury. You come in off the bench, and as a backup goaltender, you're always, one shot or one injury away from going into the game. And it's also, you're going into the game cold. You're not getting a warm-up period or anything like that. So what is that like for you on Friday, who are going in halfway to the first period, and it's like, okay, like, I got to try to keep this thing as close as we can?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of learned a long time ago that regardless if you're 1 or 2 on the sheet, you've got to be ready to go. And, I mean, when you're in the net, your team needs you regardless of the situation. So I really try to not think too much. I mean, if it's starting or not, I'm ready to go. I'm dialed in. I'm doing my pregame, kind of visualizing in between periods or before the game, and just trying to stay dialed the whole time, and when I'm in the cage, trying to help the team out.
So after your time with the Royals at Bethel University, you decide to go pro, spend some time in the SP, find your way to Binghamton. What's the biggest difference from NCAA hockey to pro-level hockey?
Yeah, I would say the biggest adjustment is, the number of games. As a player, you love it, right? You're playing more often, but you got to be ready to go more often. I mean, you play 25 games in college, and you play over double that in pro, and that's just the regular season. So making that adjustment, just being ready to go more often and having to go a lot longer, I mean, as far as duration of months in the season. So, yeah, that's definitely the biggest adjustment.
Hey, you're the first goalie that we've had on the Coaches Show this year, and we talk a lot about practice, but when I was talking with Coach, we're talking about special teams, gapping up defensively, making sure the defenders rotate. What's a goalie doing in practice? Because if you were just a casual fan, maybe you're just thinking, oh, the goalie's just there to stop shots. What are the goalies working on day in and day out at practice?
I think it really varies from guy to guy. I think myself personally, I try to keep 1 or 2 points of emphasis in my head about what I want to focus on that day. If it's reading plays or kind of focus on my skating, making sure like I'm completely positioned with the puck, stuff like that. So I'd say really detailed oriented type things to kind of not just make saves, but make saves easier, make saves in a way that's cleaner and can prevent rebounds and things like that. So really just staying dialed in and focusing on those details.
Well, that's good. And you talked about staying locked in during the game, whether you're on the bench, on the ice. It sounds like you're locked in during practice, making sure that you're focused on that 1 or 2 things, how you can improve to get better. Joe, thank you for your time tonight. I appreciate it. We're going to have another special guest, Mathieu Bawilar, coming up next here on the Tully's Good Time Coaches Show. Don't go anywhere.
Every Saturday night home game, we offer the Little Venice 4-pack, 4 Black Bears game tickets, and a $25 Little Venice gift card for only $44. Call the Black Bears office to get this deal.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Look back to the beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Magic 101.7.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 101.7. 100% local.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units, fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
It is not too late to get season tickets for this season. Prorated season tickets are on sale now, along with single game tickets and group tickets. Call the front office for more details or visit binghamtonblackbears.com.
A wreck is a wreck. An arrest is an arrest. Alcohol, cough syrup, painkillers, sleeping pills. It doesn't matter. Impaired is impaired, and it will be prosecuted. Going out tonight? Your local police will be out too. Don't drive. Get a ride. Brought to you by your New York State Stop DWI program.
102.5 The Vault. Rockin' classic hits. 102.5 The Vault. We are 100% local.
commercial. Exit 12 and follow the signs to Homer. Or see us on the web at homermensandboys.com.
Now back to more Black Bears hockey on Fox Sports 1430 Binghamton.
Apologies for the delay. The Black Bears and Rockers jumped the gun, and they took a couple of precious seconds off of the clock. We rejoined the action 2 minutes in to the second period, brought to you by our friends over at Lofts at JC. Good news is you haven't missed anything. No shots on goal so far in the second period, just teams trading dump-ins back and forth. Third line out for the Black Bears as Newberg, Parker, and Ivashkin lose control of the puck. McVeigh comes out of his net, gets it elevated off of the high glass. That's always a good key. Mike Haskins, who we talked to in the intermission interview, will pass it down for his defensive partner, MJ Merkel. Brett Parker head of steam. This will not be icing. Look at the speed from 88, and has Ivashkin in the slot, trying to get it on his forehand, deflected up high, and played down by Tommy Cardinal behind the net.
So far, Brooks, it's really looked like a tennis match. The puck up, down the ice, no icings, no offsides, no whistles.
Mac Lewis knocks a stick right out of the hands of Tommy Cardinal. Cardinal looking for a slashing call from the officials. Not going to get it there, as Haskins will throw it off of the high glass, but a good keep in at the blue line by Motor City. But the Black Bears keep looking for that home run pass, and you see that a lot with Ivashkin and Parker, just with how quick they are and how elusive they can be, that if the defenseman can connect on the pass, you're going to have a partial breakaway.
Yeah, you had that jackpot line earlier that got the points and the goals, and now they're looking for the 8888 line. Ivashkin and just really flying up the pad, had a good offensive chance, but the Motor City defender was able to get in front of the puck and stop the play.
Right out in front, and a deflection and a goal. Black Bears tie this game up. It's another first of the season for the Black Bears. Jamie Bussell, the former Utica Pioneer, with the goal to tie this game up.
Bussell wrapped that puck around, played it deep in, and then got it in, put it right in the back of the net. What a great shot from Bussell and a great offensive opportunity. Like you've been saying, Brooks, they've been playing the puck up and down, put it deep into the zone. Bussell wrapped it around, put it in the back of the net.
Take a look at the Heinz Energy replay. Bussell got the puck down low, and Jesse Anderson throws a wrist shot. It looked like Bussell tipped it out in front. We'll see how it's officially scored. They announce it as Jamie Bussell assist going to Jesse Anderson, and Anderson picking up his second point of the night, tying this game up.
And just like you said in the pregame show, Brooks, when Anderson gets on the score sheet, good things happen.
Conway trying to exit the zone, but he will be interrupted at the blue line by Mathieu Boilard. And Boilard now will have the puck fall onto his stick, looking for Gino D'Angelo, but just out of the reach of the hometown kid. And a good up pass by Declan Conway. Conway with it down low, steering across Boilard. Conway still with it, centering pass out in front, but a good poke check by Boilard forces it out of the blue line. Motor City still with control of the puck, but they have to tag up on the delayed offsides.
Walter's looking for a change there. I believe he was the one reached out with that big long stick of his, knocked it out of the zone. What a great play by the Black Bears defense.
Newberg gets a piece of that pass from the defenseman, and it's no icing. Boilard lost it in his skates. Puck now down low. Brad Reeder with control of it, going all the way over to his defensive partner, Mike Wynn. Wynn throws a wrist shot that's blocked partially by Nikita Ivashkin.
Ivashkin just took that one in a place you do not want to take a puck, I'll tell you what, Brooks.
Colton with it in the neutral zone will retreat. He had an out-camped Rocker at the blue line, but here comes Brett Parker. Parker trying to get to his forehand and use that speed that we just talked about. Black Bears, though, still with control of the puck. Ivashkin might have been impeded a little bit, but no penalty call. Low penalties so far in the contest. Referees so far liking this game at 5-on-5. Playing the game it's designed to.
Yeah, you know, Brooks, they've been really riding them through the zone there, and the refs are letting them play, give them a little bit of breath, which I never am really against unless it's flagrant.
Schultz will cross the line off sides. A little bit of a head start by Jesse Anderson as we get a look at the Worldwide Sports Supply ice crew making its way out of the tunnel and onto the ice. Gives us the opportunity to step aside, recatch our breath and our thoughts. 14:36 left to go. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Welcome back to the action. Brooks Hill along with Alec Jones here tonight. It is 14:35 left to go in the second period, and thanks to Jamie Bussell off a great deflection out in front from Jesse Anderson's wrist shot, we're tied at 2, Alex.
Yeah, you know, it's just one of those old adages. You get in front of the net, you do good things happen. Big shot by Schultz.
And luckily for the Black Bears, the puck bounces started going in favor of the home team. We'll see which way the puck wants to bounce next. Black Bears have it at the center line, and it's just going to be flung in behind the net by the game's tying goal scorer, Jamie Bussell.
Yeah, Bussell just with a great tip in there, and the Black Bears are showing that energy they had in the first part of the second part of the first period.
Motor City with it as Gaudette will self-pass it off of the boards, and it'll find the stick of Colin Fitzgerald. That's a dangerous pass for Fitzgerald anytime throwing it in front of your own net. Black Bears are onside. Jamie Bussell, head of steam, trying to come on his forehand, wrap around, denied by Babin to keep this game tied at 2. Slap shot put on by Schultz. Puck is available in the blue paint. How did that one stay out? Schultz with it down low. A lot of chances this opportunity for the Black Bears as they're trying to get the crowd back into this game. They feel that they have momentum back on their side.
Icing call there, Brooks. You know, can't dump the puck like that. Motor City's going to have some tired legs here. Let's see if Binghamton Black Bears can take advantage. It's one of those advantages too, Brooks, where you get guys with tired legs, you've got to take advantage. You got an offensive zone face-off. Let's see what the Black Bears here have to take advantage of those tired legs.
Rocker's not allowed to change. Merkel will throw a wrist shot, and it will be directed by Babin. Babin trying to hope that that puck might have bounced into the netting. As the Black Bears still fight for it down low, he gets it all the way back to Mike Haskins. As we talked to Mike during our intermission interview, I want to thank Mike once again for his time. George with the puck down low. He tries to backhand it to Kirkby, but it will jump over Kirkby's stick at the last second. D'Angelo having to jockey for it right at the blue line. Motor City can push it out, and here comes Haskins. Haskins now dropping it over for Kirkby. Cross ice over for Jurich. Jurich, alternate captain, over to Haskins. Haskins gets it down low for another alternate captain in Tyson Kirkby. D'Angelo trying to pinch his man down low, but Motor City first to it. A good keep in by MJ Merkel, and a lot of opportunities coming up for Binghamton this shift. Kirkby gets taken down to the ice, and another Rocker loses his helmet. Merkel calling for it now. Haskins, nobody covering him. And it looks like a golden opportunity coming the other way. Indirect pass off the boards. Here come Motor City. Wrist shot dropped on at the point. Motor City looking to grab the lead once again. Puck in the blue paint and washed out by MJ Merkel.
Great heads-up play there by Merkel. He found the puck in the blue paint, made sure it got out of at least the danger zone.
The defenseman will throw it cross ice, miss the boards and off of the high glass too, and it takes such a funky bounce off of the glass that it escapes the zone. Motor City forced to tag up, and look out. Here come the Black Bears, possibly 2-on-1. Motor City does a good job of getting back, but Nikita Ivashkin loses control of the puck with a head of steam, and maybe that's one of those situations where the wheels are turning a little bit too fast for Nikita as he loses control of the puck.
Well, it also, Brooks, let the team get a quick change, get some fresh legs on the ice. Ivashkin takes the bullet there and gets it into the offensive zone for the scoring chance.
Cardinal throws a wrist shot blocked on the way through by Walters, and the aforementioned Ivashkin will grab the puck off the wall and give it to his teammate Mathieu Boilar. Boilar, head of steam, wraps his hand around a defenseman. The Black Bears defenseman choking down from his normal spot. Motor City throws it all the way down the ice. This will be icing. And with 11:03 left to go, the Black Bears will have an offensive zone face-off. And that allows us to talk about our friends over at Ideal Bowling Center. Ideal Bowling Center is where Binghamton hockey fans bowl with open bowling all week long. Money saving specials. Ideal is a great place for family, friends, company parties, and special occasions. Ideal Bowling Center, 119 Jennings Street in Endicott. There's so much more than just your favorite bowling alley. I want to thank our friends over at the Ideal Bowling Center for their continued support of Black Bears hockey. Offensive zone faceoff won back by Lewis, and Jesse Anderson, who already has 2 points, was trying to ping the short side corner. Cross-ice pass for Schultz, misfires, keeps the stick intact. You always love it when a guy tries to pressure his stick into the ice just to make sure he doesn't have any cracks in it.
Well, also, Schultz was going for a big shot there, getting the flex on his stick. Unfortunately, it just hit the blade end of his stick rather than getting the sweet meat in the middle.
Schultz with the power play goal last week on that one-timer, came at 5-on-3 against Elmira. Schultz still out on the ice with Fitzgerald, his defensive partner tonight. Schultz throws the one-timer, and Babin might have got a piece of it with his glove, but directed it all the way back to the blue line for Fitzgerald. And a penalty coming up against the Black Bears as Jake Schultz is going to get called for a penalty.
I'm going to gamble a slash on Schultz for knocking the stick out of his hands. I'll tell you what, Brooks, one of the big things was the icing there was that Roach was able to go down and get his lid that he lost during the play and wasn't able to come back in. Player safety, a forefront of the league here, and they've added these rules in recent years where you cannot play without your helmet versus the old days where you could continue that shift.
Yeah, old-time hockey going away a little bit each and every day, and as you mentioned, player safety at the forefront for a good reason. That was a big part of the icing call, and now the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill back out on the ice. They're 0 for 1 tonight, meaning the Rockers are 1 for 1 on the power play goal, and the aforementioned coach scoring the power play goal to get the Rockers on the board and the game's first as well.
It's an unfortunate penalty there, Brooks. Schultz was the second one, but as they always say in sports, the second one's the ones that get caught.
And another power play goal for Motor City. The Rockers waste no time retaking the lead on their second power play of the game. And it is none other than Derek Makima collecting the extra man goal, making it 3-2 Rockers.
Yeah, Rockers drove and got the wide rush in. Makima followed his pass, gets the puck in the middle, puts it right on the forehand, past the stick of McVeigh. Just a tough goal there for the Black Bears.
Black Bears thought they had all the momentum in the world. That'll take the crowd out of it for just a little bit. We'll see if the Black Bears can energize the fans and patrons inside Visions Arena here tonight a little bit more. A lot of time left. We're just over the halfway point. 9:45 left to go here in period number 2. Merkel first to it in the corner, trying to backhand it out of the zone, but a good job by Coach to keep the puck in temporarily. Now with it outside the faceoff dot is Mike Wynn, choking down just a little bit from his blue line. Newberg will try to backhand it to MJ Merkel. Nobody home for the Black Bears right now as Coach throws a blocked shot into the corner. And it seems that Motor City's just throwing every puck they get to the net.
Merkel was able to stop that cross-ice pass with the back of his skate, just got it up at the last second to stop a very good goal opportunity for Motor City.
That'll send us to commercial with 9:08 left to go. The Rockers are back out on top, 3-2. Thanks to Coach. This is assist over to number 71, Derek Makima. Derek Makima, the goal scorer to give Motor City the lead. Back with you after these messages. You're listening to Fox 1430 in Binghamton. 9:08 left to go here. The Rockers back out on top. They lead 3-2. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for Motor City as Brad Reeder will win it back, and a wrist shot put on. Never made it to McVeigh. Might have caught MJ Merkel on the way through. The up pass over to Nikita Ivashkin knocked the stick right out of Reeder, but Brett Parker in alone, and he gets stuffed with a high glove save from Trevor Babin. Second chance swallowed up and washed out by the defense, and out come the Rockers. Giuliano trying to get ahead of his man. Temporarily gets past Mike Haskins. Ian White at the slap shot point at the blue line will knuckle a puck in, and it'll take a one hop into the chest of McVeigh, who will swallow up.
Haskins got finished into his far boards, was able to get his body, though, in front of the puck, make the unselfish play, and stop that goal-scoring opportunity from Motor City.
They've taken away a secondary assist from Koch and given it to Josh Colton. So the goal reads at 9:50 or 10:10, depending on how you look at your glass. A power play goal scored by Derek Makima, assisted by number 10, Roman Gaudet, and now Josh Colton. That's the way that we will read our score sheet as the officials will come over and talk to Tom Reynolds. Reynolds looking for an explanation as Merkel now can get off of the ice. Fresh bodies out there for Binghamton. Face-off won back by Motor City, and White will throw it in a high blocker save made by McVeigh.
That puck came in real awkward to McVeigh. He was able to get his body in front of it and fight it off the back of the net.
Another icing against the Black Bears, and we're bringing this one back 200 feet again. Reset, drop the puck once more.
Again, Brooks, it's been a tale of two parts of the period here where the Black Bears have been really aggressive to start out the period. They've hit a little bit of a lull. Let's see in the second half of the period if they can get back to the aggressive ways they had at the beginning of the game.
Another offensive zone faceoff won by Motor City. They now have control of the puck, and Everett Thompson misfired on his first chance, but a second chance would just wrap it all the way around the boards. Thompson misfired on a one-timer. We saw Schultz just do that, but a good keep in to make sure that they don't find Tyson Kirkby on the home run pass. Motor City will tag up on sides, and Jurich now trying to find Kirkby. This will be icing should it make the line. It does, and we will do it all once again.
You could tell how frustrated Kirkby was there. He really thought he had a home run shot, and it just couldn't, just got the top of the Motor City defender's fingers. Kirkby alone against the goalkeeper. I'm giving it to Kirkby 9 times out of 10.
Military Appreciation Weekend all night tonight and tomorrow on Saturday. Special jerseys worn by the Black Bears, presented by our friends over at Lockheed Martin, will be available for auction immediately following tomorrow night's game. Just head to Section 1 and you can bid on your favorite player's jersey. Black Bears cross the line on sides. They dump it in. Gino D'Angelo trying to be the first to it against his former teammate, Brandon Contrado. Contrado, though, will force the puck out of the zone, and out come the the Rockers with the puck in the Black Bears end. Kept in at the blue line by Conway, gets it deep. Nobody home, though, for Motor City as Tyson Kirkby is allowed to catch his breath. He's been on the ice for a long time, as all those icings will eventually add up on him, Alex. And he will try to up the puck for Colin Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald dumped on the mid-boards and needs to keep his feet there. If he can get that puck into the attacking zone, it's a good opportunity for the Black Bears.
Contrado throws a wrist shot on. McVeigh has to kick it away. A low-angle shot and a booming hit put on by the captain, Jake Schultz, onto Koch, and Koch got a shot on goal, but he definitely paid the price on that one.
That's one of those opportunities. Schultz really made him earn that shot and made him pay for it.
Brad Reeder sent down to the ice, and a shot that rings off the post. That could have given the Black Bears another 2-goal deficit, as Motor City just keeps pressing on here in period number 2. They lead the shots on goal 17-15. The captain, Schwartz, crosses on sides, tries to toe drag around one man, centering pass out in front, but Bussell was not there in time. A wrist shot put on by Boilar and swallowed up by Babin with 6:28 left to go.
And that'll give the Black Bears a much-needed change. Schultz followed the shot in, got in front of the net, went for the tip, just a hair off that. If he gets his stick on that, that's going to be a tough puck to stop for Motor City. And Motor City, we're starting to see the life come more. The captain, Jake Schultz, is really leading them through this little doldrum here and pushing the offensive zone, going for it, deep in the own end, bringing the puck up.
Last man onto the ice is Jonathan Giuliano. It seems that the Rockers did not have all 5 skaters out there at the start of the contest, or excuse me, the start of the faceoff. Newberg wins the faceoff forward, and a low angle wrist shot put on by the left-handed Brett Parker gets steered away by Trevor Babin. Newberg will backhand it out of the zone, looking for the home run pass. Was Parker trying to connect on the backhand feed to Ivashkin, but the Black Bears are going to be behind. Watch out, that goes over the safety netting and into the upper level here in the arena. It
Lucky
appears
fan in Section 21's going home with a puck tonight, Brooks.
Yeah, and luckily everybody saw it coming and nobody got caught with the puck. That puck got out of here in a quick one, Alex. And
I'll tell you what, Boilaro over here close to the Rockers bench really laid a big hit on the Rockers forward. Did not let him get into the offensive zone. Love to see that physical play coming from the Black Bears.
Friendly reminder that our second period all season long are brought to you by our friends over at the Lofts at JC. Lofts at JC, the official housing partners of the Binghamton Black Bears, offering luxury housing with no compromises with 1, 2, and 3 bedroom floor plans. Fill out an application today at loftsatjc.com. No icing as Babin comes out of his net to play the puck. And again, Ivashkin looking to connect on the home run pass. The Black Bears find themselves down by 1. And Motor City with control of the puck at the red line, trying to give it up for Roman Gaudette, but stripped away at the last second by Brett Parker.
Tell you what, Boilaro's been playing very well, physically making the Rockers pay for every inch they take.
Parker with it in center ice, crossing the line with Ivashkin, and throws a wrist shot that's caught in the mitt by Trevor Babin, where he will melt it down.
I'll tell you what, if he dropped that puck or any sort of rebound, Ivashkin was there for the quick touch in the back of the net. Motor City's keeper had to have that one there.
Take a look at the Heinz Energy replay, and Parker might have been shooting for a rebound right there, knowing that Ivashkin was crashing the net, just like you said, Alex, hoping that maybe he gets that puck a little bit lower off the leg pad and has Ivashkin right on the back door for an easy tip in.
Well, even if that rebound ate him up and dropped, Ivashkin was right there for a quick stick handle and put that puck in the back of the net.
Black Bears won the face-off, and Anderson on the forecheck takes it away from a Motor City defenseman. And Motor City will now cross the blue line, 3-on-3. Play is onside, and a good back check, though. And that'll send another Rocker down to the ice, but a great opportunity as another wrist shot stings McVeigh up in the shoulder. And Conway paying the price for another dangerous shot on goal.
And Haskins laying his body on the line there, making the unselfish play. That's what you see a lot from these Binghamton Black Bears, a lot of unselfish play, Brooks.
And Haskins trying to prove his worth and staying into the lineup. Didn't see Haskins at all last weekend against the Elmira Mammoth. Traveled with the team and was available, but was scratched in both games. Haskins now with it behind his net, looking at the bench, seeing if anybody's going off. It's the long second period change, so it's a little bit longer for the defenseman to get over to the door, as Bussell will just try to up the puck off of the board. Linesman right on top of it.
Bussell just missed the tip there, Brooks. That is a big killer. If you can't get that tip, especially on the long change and icing in the second period, it's going to kill you.
It'll give us the opportunity to step aside. 4:17 left to go. We're going to timeout, and when we come back, it'll be an offensive zone faceoff for the Rockers. They lead 3-2 over the Binghamton Black Bears. You're listening to Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Welcome back to the action inside the Jeff Keyes Auto Sales broadcast booth. I'm Brooks Hill, joined by Alex Jones here tonight on the call. 4:17 left to go here in the second period. The Rockers have a 1-goal lead, just like how they ended the first period. And now the Black Bears cross the blue line on sides, looking to generate any offense. And Bussell a little bit too tired to join the offensive rush right there, coming after the icing call. He skates off to the bench, and Binghamton will have to come 200 feet once again.
Binghamton just loses the puck, Brooks, and it's going to force a turnover in their own end. The type of play you really don't want to see, especially from tired legs.
2-on-2, Jurich and Kirkby. Former teammates last year and line mates this year. Jurich throws a wrist shot and it's swallowed up between the chest and the arm of Trevor Babin. And a good turnaround shot from Jurich, forcing an offensive zone faceoff coming up for Binghamton.
Yeah, you could see what Jurich was looking for there. Right off the blocker side of the keeper on his left hand. There was a nice little gap there. When he turned around, he saw it, and he was just a couple inches away from a wide open net, the game-tying goal.
D'Angelo, the center on this top line for Binghamton tonight here, lose that faceoff, but Motor City can't get the puck behind Jake Schultz, who was holding the red line. Binghamton tags up on the delayed offsides as Fitzgerald comes away with it. Good offensive zone pressure, looking for Kirkby out in front. D'Angelo just trying to redirect that pass, knuckling in over end. As Gaudette now skates out of his own zone with control of the puck. Fitzgerald will take a seat on the ice, but Motor City is offsides. They have to skate back and tag up. And a lucky break for the Black Bears as they have to tag up and stop the Motor City rush.
Yeah, Fitzgerald got caught with the reverse check there that Moritz Sider's been using so well in the NHL since his rookie year last year.
Schultz's backhand pass was trying to find Gino D'Angelo for maybe a quick 2-on-1 opportunity for the Black Bears. Under 3 minutes left to go here in the second period, brought to you by our friends over at Lofts at JC. Binghamton having a hard time getting out of their own end, and we have a penalty called.
I'm going to guess, Brooks, I'm going to gamble it's going to be a hook on Motor City. That's my call on Aiken.
And it looks like that Alex is correct. It's a hooking call against Motor City. The Black Bears are headed back to the power play with an opportunity to tie this game up before they head to the locker room. 2:42 left to go in the period. And Artem Alekin takes a seat for 2 minutes for a hook. One penalty each side in the frame.
Yeah, we have a fan here hitting the prospector dance, and the people are loving it. Brooks fan energized by the young man dancing in the stands.
Face-off won by Binghamton. That's step one. They get set up. Boilar, the lone defenseman, out on the ice. Boilar with it right at the top of the umbrella. Throws the slap shot and a blocker save made by Babin.
That was at the last second, Brooks. That had eyes for the back of the net.
Boilar giving it up now. He will overshoot his teammate Nikita Ivashkin, who gets separated from the puck temporarily. Ivashkin getting hit not once but twice while he's trying to fight for the puck down low. Goes off of a Motor City skate, and the Rockers will escape harm. Boilar caught in a 2-on-1, late developing, and a good back check by Parker to keep this game at 3-2. Now here come the Black Bears the other way. Brett Parker and Jesse Anderson. Parker to Anderson, and Anderson misses the net.
Oh man, Anderson had a wide open there. Just missed the nest by half an inch. That's a goal if he gets it.
Puck down low. It'll escape the blue line for Motor City. That's good news. Brad Reeder skating with it, trying to find anybody dressed in black that he can pass it to. Will just skate back out to center ice and throw it down. 50 seconds left to go in the penalty. 90 seconds left to go in the period.
Reeder, the leading scorer for Motor City, while Ross Bartlett serves his one-game suspension for the hit in Port Huron.
We'll see him tomorrow night. I am sure that's Ross Bartlett serving his one-game suspension tonight. Black Bears have 30 seconds left to go at power play time, but after that initial chance by Anderson, who just pushed it wide at the last possible second, haven't seen too much on the offensive side. 1 minute left to go in the period. Bussell will try to up the puck for Mac Lewis. Both of these guys have a goal here tonight. Lewis and Bussell will tag team it around the boards for Tyler Jurich. 7 seconds left to go in the penalty as McVeigh will tap his stick on the ice, signaling to his teammates that penalty time is over. Bussell almost indirectly played it right off to the penalty box as Alekin has come out of the sin bin. Black Bears 0 for 2 on their power play opportunities tonight.
I'll tell you, Alexei needs to be careful with that stick. He was getting real aggressive. he might be headed back to the box for a slash soon.
Jurich, one-on-one against his man, 20 seconds left to go from the period's end, and a good play puts Motor City right back down the ice with control of the puck. Suffredini will put on a one-timer that's swallowed up by McVeigh with 5 seconds left to go.
I think that was actually swallowed up in Boussel's equipment there. The puck jumped up in his jersey real quick as he made the sliding block.
That's a good eye by our color commentator tonight, Alex Jones. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Excite Motorsports Intermission Report is coming up after some messages. We have 5 seconds left to go here in the second period. Motor City holds a 3-2 advantage. One final chance for the Rockers to add on to their lead. Face-off won by Newberg. That was big, as Walters will just put it into the corner, tie it up, and the Black Bears will be content to go to the locker room down by 1. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Excite Motorsports Intermission Report is coming up after these messages. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
Got 2 intermission breaks and then the breakaway into the third.
All right, thank you.
Join us Tuesday, November 15th at 6 p.m. for the next live show at Tully's on the Vestal Parkway.
Power outages are a thing of the past when you have a Generac home standby generator installed by the team at American Electric. Give them a call today or visit them on the web at aegenerators.com.
If you're looking to install a beautiful, durable, and handcrafted countertop, call Atlas James Construction. The Southern Tier's most trusted stone fabrication will design and install your dream countertop and let you choose from a premium selection of natural stones like marble, granite, or quartzite. Stone or granite countertops starting as low as $35 per square foot installed. Schedule your free quote and receive a free sink with your countertop project. Call 607-275-5495.
CryoWorks provides cryotherapy that uses nitrogen-cooled air to target specific areas of pain and inflammation. Local cryotherapy targets a specific area to deliver the same effects of the whole-body cryotherapy to that specific site. Treatments take 5 to 8 minutes, with a benefit exceeding that of hours of icing. Your Binghamton Black Bears' premier choice of cryotherapy, CryoWorks, 26 South Washington Street, Binghamton. Call to schedule an appointment today at 607-269-5392.
Getting your hands on an all-new CF Moto side-by-side or four-wheeler is now easier than ever at ExciteMotorsports.com. Purchase your next power sports vehicle with our new, easy, and quick online buying experience. Browse inventory on ExciteMotorsports.com. Buy. Get approved for financing. E-sign online right from your phone. Ride. Have your new power sports vehicle delivered to your home the next day at no extra charge. Browse, buy, ride. Fun starts here at ExciteMotorsports.com.
Here in Vestal at 408 Front Street by giving them a call at 607-341-7588. And it's time for the Excite Motorsports Sucker Puck, as well as I've been ushered into another season of Black Bears hockey. Alex, I've always been very excited for the second intermission, just to see the Sucker Puck and all the fans throwing on the ice and seeing what crazy item that Excite Motorsports is going to bring here to the arena.
Yeah, fans love the Chuckle Buck. I remember from my early days, even coming when the BC Icemen were here.
Whether you're a high school or college athlete or a weekend warrior, Guthrie is the area's premier sports medicine program, offering injury evaluation, concussion management, physical therapy, and more.
And
With a
some
full
lucky
team of
fans are gonna have
providers
a great
across New
chance,
York and
Brooks,
Pennsylvania,
to win
offering
this-
same or next
win
day
this,
appointments,
just like
Guthrie gets you back in the game
our
as
Binghamton
quickly
Black
as
Bears have
possible.
a serious
Call
chance
the
to win
Guthrie
this game.
Sports Medicine team today.
Let's
at
talk about the stats
866
brought to you
Guthrie.
by
Or
Columbian
learn more
Mutual
at
Life
guthrie.org/sportsnet.
Insurance Company as we take a look at the shots
Now
on
it's time
goal.
to take
the
a look
totals
back
are
from the
tied
previous
at
Tully's
19
Good Times with Coach
apiece.
Show.
That's where
Make
we
sure to
stand
subscribe
after
to the
40
Binghamton
minutes.
Black Bears YouTube
However,
page so
in
you
the
can
second
catch
period,
every
not
show.
as many
Join
shots
us Tuesday, November
on
15th
goal
at
as
6
a
p.m.
whole
for the next
collective
live show at
for the
Tully's
game.
on the
Binghamton
Vestal
with
Parkway.
6
Joined
and Motor
by
City with
Mathieu
4.
Aboilar.
Unfortunately
And
for the Black
Mathieu,
Bears,
thank you
one
for
of
taking
those
some time
four
coming out with
were
the show
able to
and being here
find
with us
the
tonight
back
at
of the
Tully's.
net.
Thanks to you guys.
Alex,
got me there.
a much different first period
Now,
and second period.
let's go
that we
ahead
see.
and
Yeah, you
start
know,
all the
Brooks,
way
it
back
was
in the
a
beginning.
real,
Native of Quebec
tennis
up
match
in
out there.
Canada.
Up and down the
English,
puck, they
not
went-
the,
I
your
think it went
native
about 5-6
language, and we were
minutes
just
through the
talking
first-
about it off
first
air that
bit
French
there,
is the
where there
native
wasn't
tongue,
even a
and
whistle. It was
you were
just up
saying
down the
that
ice,
you can
no
really
offsides,
get
no
by
icing.
in Quebec
You
and
really saw the
in
puck
your
going
neck of the
around,
woods
very
in your
few
hometown with
offensive
just speaking
chances.
French, and you could
And
be just
I
fine.
think it's going to be
I
interesting
could
to
be
see
just fine.
how the Black
Actually,
Bears
we got
calm themselves
many
down
people
for
at
this
home
third period
that
and how they
Let's
come
go!
out and attack.
Black Bears!
We're going to
Friends
be
at
back to
home.
the attack
They
side
will go
twice
to
on the
USA, they will
26
go
to
around the
27
world,
second
couldn't like
goal.
speak great
And
English.
it'll
They
be
can
really
make
interesting to
themselves
see
understand, which
how
is,
the
like,
Black Bears
important
attack
part.
that. I
We
expect
learn
more
English at home.
wing
Obviously,
attacks,
French
bring
is
the
the
pucks
first
down
one,
and then
and,
throw it for a
wherever you
one-time
go, you
shot
speak
goal
French, and
with the
even
passer
for you
following
guys,
up your
you go
chance
to
trying to grab a
place,
rebound.
when they
3 to
take
2
care of
is where we stand. Motor City's power play running at 100% so far tonight. They are 2 for 2.
Okay.
More on that a little bit later when we get to
So
the
it seems like
Binghamton
maybe
Hockey
the
and
tourist
Booster
parts
Club
of Quebec,
highlights,
you know,
and
they've talked to you
unfortunately
in
for the Black
English
Bears,
and, you know,
they find
on the
themselves on
hidden
the other
gems
end
around everything like that, everybody's
of the
speaking
spectrum
French.
on the special teams. They are 0
Now,
for 2. And
were you
special
learning
teams
English
tonight
in
so far
school, or
really
was it
favoring
that,
the
oh, hey, like, I have
Rockers.
teammates and
Yeah, you know,
they're
special
speaking
teams
English,
have
I'm
been
speaking
where the
French, and
Rockers have
I'm
been
picking up on what they're saying
able to
maybe at
put
practice.
the puck
I
in
got friends who are speaking
against the
English
Black
a little
Bears,
bit at home,
and the Black Bears
but
need to capitalize
most of it is
in this
from,
in this third
school,
period of
actually.
hockey
When
and
I
get
go
the
to
puck
my
in
high
deep,
school,
especially on their power
I
play.
couldn't even
Work
speak
it around,
English.
find
Like,
the
it
open
was-
shot,
I was
take
so
your
bad I
time,
could laugh
use
at
the
work
full 2
because I
minutes
thought
if
it was
you need to
something
get
else
that
in
shot
French.
on goal.
And,
The Black
we're
Bears
watching
have had
Simpson,
too many
like,
pucks
my
skate
primary school,
over
we're
the
watching
blue
Simpson
line
to
and
learn.
kill the offensive
Yeah, so
momentum.
it
That's
was
a good
so
story.
hard,
On the
but
special
since I
teams
was in
play.
Alki with my program,
That's the
and I
voice
spoke,
of Alex
like,
Jones, and that was a
the
look at the
hardest
Columbia
English. That's why I
Mutual
feel
Life
like,
Insurance Company stat sheet.
75,
Columbia
I was
Mutual
like,
Life powering
real bitter.
the Southern Tier for
Okay,
over
well, it seems that,
140
you know,
years.
obviously
We will
your
step aside,
English
come
has
back with more.
gotten
You're
better
listening
as
to the
you've
Excite
gotten older
Motorsports
through high
Intermission
school,
Report on
through
Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
secondary school, post-graduation, juniors, pros, everything like that. It seems that, you know, you pick up on your teammates and it becomes more part of your dialect. And I think you could probably say that the amount of English that you can speak now is years ahead of what it was back when you were in high school, when you were just getting there.
Obviously, like even just last year when I come up here, come here in January, and it wasn't perfect. Guys were saying words in the locker room. I couldn't even understand what it was, and they were making fun of me. And even like right now, the difference is also like in society. Like I asked last week, I asked what was Fargo's well to Jurich, and all the guys started laughing at me. on the bus.
Fargo
Yeah.
as well. That's a good one.
I didn't even know what it was. So like, it's not even like bank. It's like the society. It's not even the language. But my girlfriend can tell you I really improved like only with 1 year.
Well, that's good. It seems that also it's good that you have guys who are willing to help you out, or, you know, significant others, everything like that. A big team camaraderie for the guys. And talked about coming back. You played in around 30, 35 games last year, regular season for the Black Bears. Played in all 3 of the playoff games. What's the difference between a playoff game and a regular season game in terms of the actual gameplay on the ice?
Yeah,
The biggest difference I'll say is the fear. The fear, because you never know. We play like best of 3, which is like really short, and you know that after this 3 games, your season is done. So like on the ice, each play can make the difference. So like in first period, you can like maybe, okay, let's say you drop 1 play, that's fine. But like as long as the game is come up, you can make this mistake because they will hand your season, and I think that's the fear, the biggest difference.
Well, we have a long way to go before we have to worry about the playoffs. The playoff situation or scenarios still being worked out. You know, the league goes from 7 teams to 10. Obviously, things are going to change, and now with divisions back in the FPHL, the Black Bears playing in the Empire Division, currently in second place behind
Welcome back
Danbury.
inside the
Elmira,
Jeff
who is
Guy's
currently
Auto
in fifth
Sales
place, but as we talked
broadcast
about,
booth.
with
You're
Coach
listening to the
earlier
Excite
in the show
Motorsports
that
Intermission
Elmira is
report.
going to be a completely different team, and you were actually one of the few players now on the team who didn't play with or against Elmira opening weekend. What does it mean for you to now actually have a spot back in the lineup? And it's like, for you, it's a new team, but for everybody else, they've seen them before.
The biggest difference is I don't know what to expect. Of course, I've seen the scoreboard. I watched the game on YouTube, but you can't really build expectation from what you saw on the internet. And also, just like you said, they got new players. It's gonna be a whole different game, and you need to prepare yourself as if it's a different team, especially in that league. Week by week, team are changing. You got players returning. You got players that they just signed, so whole different team. I'm just expecting a really good team, just like we take with Danbury.
Sounds like a lot of you got to expect the unexpected coming through with guys rotating through the locker room, new guys coming to the lineup. You're getting your first opportunity to play against them this season on Friday and Saturday night. For fans who want to watch or listen to the game, they can watch on YouTube and they can listen live on Fox 1430 or on the iHeartRadio app here in the Southern Tier neck of the woods. Let's talk a little bit off script, not a hockey question. Every day I've seen you so far, you're always wearing a Philadelphia 76ers hat.
Yeah.
Are you a Sixers fan, or is it more just for style?
It's not even for style. It's not for the team. I'm basically a bandwagon because of James Harden.
So you're a big James Harden guy.
Oh yeah, I like the way he play. So I got a Houston Rockets hat. I got also a Brooklyn Nets hat. Trust me,
you have all the stops.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, big James Harden guy. If you weren't playing hockey,
yeah,
what sport would you be playing?
I would like to say basketball, but obviously with my shape, football will be a better option. A couple of coach asked me back in the days to play football since I got a good shape for that. So I think
checks out. As someone who's been a high school sports coach, I could see you passing as a tight end or a wide receiver out there, and you could probably play outside linebacker too. With as big as physical you are, you have a lot of hits credited to your name. Not afraid to drop the mid, stand up for a teammate. We saw that this past weekend in Danbury. But let's talk about the offensive production. You come charging down the ice and you get your first goal of the season. Take us through the play and what's going through your head.
So basically, I'm just waiting on top. I see Mac Lewis coming at the blue line, and I'm just getting ready. I'm expecting a pass maybe in the middle. So there's a missed pass. It goes in the corner. And from what I saw from the goaltender, he was not even against the post. So I just tell myself, I always got a good shot from that one, taking a good wrist shot. So I just see the spot, try to get it through. And as soon as I get to the net, I see it was in, and just be happy from it.
The good news is you already tied your goals from last year.
Yep.
And the next one that you score, you'll have gone up in goal production by 100%.
Yeah.
So that's something to put on your resume. Mattu, thank you for taking the time and joining me here tonight.
Thanks to you.
Every Saturday night home game, we offer the Little Venice 4-pack, 4 Black Bears game tickets, and a $25 Little Venice gift card for only $44. Call the Black Bears office to get this deal.
All about you make me think of good things. Good things. Like calming tempers down. Good things. And passing them around. So stand up and cheer. Look back to the beer. Good things. Share a good-natured Canadian Pilsner.
Magic 1017.
Best radio station. Keeps getting better.
Better music selection.
Best ever. Makes me feel better.
Number 1 for music and fun.
It's like the best ever.
Magic 1017. 100% local.
Are you looking for a new place to live? Lofts at JC is the official housing partner of the Binghamton Black Bears and the only luxury housing provider offering both 2 and 3 bedroom units fully furnished for a modern living lifestyle. Lofts at JC is centrally located in the heart of the Tri-Cities area, located at 128 Grand Avenue in Johnson City. Housing applications are accepted online at loftsatjc.com. Once again, that's loftsatjc.com.
It is not too late to get season tickets for this season. Prorated season tickets are on sale now, along with single game tickets and group tickets. Call the front office for more details or visit binghamtonblackbears.com.
A wreck is a wreck. An arrest is an arrest. Alcohol, cough syrup, painkillers, sleeping pills. It doesn't matter. Impaired is impaired, and it will be prosecuted. Going out tonight? Your local police will be out too. Don't drive. Get a ride. Brought to you by your New York State Stop DWI program.
1025 The Vault. Rockin' classic hits. 1025 The Vault. We are 100% local.
Just hop on over to Vestal at 607-341-7588. That's their phone number. The address, rather, is 408 Front Street. Again, that over in Vestal. Take a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard here as we click refresh to get you updated on all things FPHL here tonight. We already know where we stand here inside the arena. Motor City carrying a 3-2 advantage into the third. Motor City will try to extend their lead, and Watertown and Columbus tied at 1. Danbury on top of Elmira 3-0. Carolina leading Delaware 2-1, and Mississippi and Port Huron no score yet in that one. We will step aside, come back. You'll get ready for the third period after these messages from Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Hey, quick question for you.
Yeah.
Is this the third period open, or do we still have another one? Because I would say.
This is the third period open.
Oh, okay, awesome. I was afraid that we were going to miss the first 2 minutes again.
Nope, we're good.
All right, thank you. Welcome back in to Black Bears hockey as we get ready to go for the third period. Let's us talk to you about our friends over at American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. They are built to a higher standard. Next home game for the Black Bears will also be tomorrow night at 7 p.m. against the Motor City Rockers. The Rockers have a 3-2 advantage as we get ready to go for tonight's third period. 20 minutes left to go And Alex, it's time for the Black Bears to dig in, try to tie this game up before they can attempt to take the lead.
Exactly, Brooks. Now is the real time. We'll see what this Binghamton Black Bears team is all about. They got to dig deep. One last period of hockey action, unless we get some bonus hockey. But I think this team's going to show what they're about and who they are as a team in this third period.
That's the voice of Alex Jones, our color and commentator tonight on its maiden voyage. Gives my voice a opportunity to rest up a little bit, and also probably for all the people listening at home, a new voice to listen to. Black Bears will win the face-off with a fresh sheet of ice. It's Kirkby, D'Angelo, and Jurich, the first line for Binghamton out there as they try to keep the puck in on their own side. Jurich had temporarily lost his stick, now picks it back up, comes in on his backhand, centering pass out in front. Kirkby, D'Angelo fight for it, redirect, they score! Tyson Kirkby stayed with the puck the whole way, and we're tied at 3, less than 30 seconds into the period.
Tyson Kirkby played the smart play there. He saw his fell forward mate go around the far corner, put the puck on net, bounce off of deflection, lands right on his stick, and he buries it in the back of the net. What a great goal for Tyson Kirkby there.
Tyson Kirkby, coming off of his hat trick performance the other night in Elmira, picks up his 4th goal of the season. And with 19:32 left to go, you couldn't take the lead unless you got to tie. And now the Black Bears will have 19 minutes and 30 seconds with the opportunity to take the advantage. And here they come. Chopped away by Jesse Anderson, but it's forced back into the own side. Mac Lewis gives the puck over to the aforementioned Jesse Anderson. Anderson with 2 assists already on the night, trying to grab his first goal. Anderson has his progress impeded legally, though, by Motor City right at the blue line, but a good job at the red line by Mathieu Boilar, as he will go nutmeg style between his own legs, just trying to pass it up for a teammate. Anderson, cross ice off the high glass, gets the puck to die down immediately. That'll allow Binghamton to roll a change while keeping the puck in the offensive side.
Anderson lays a big hit right by where the Motor City players come off the bench. The fans are buzzing here at Veterans Memorial Stadium after that big goal and the tied up by Binghamton.
Riley McVeigh with a great save on the initial slap shot from the point and follow-up from the center out in front. McVeigh's been doing a good job of standing on his toes, keeping the game as close as he can while it's even terms on the ice, and now 3-3 on the scoreboard. A toe drag from Cardinal throws a low wrist shot off of the leg pad of McVeigh, and McVeigh will just steer it over for his captain, Jake Schultz. Schultz crosses the line on sides, toe drags around one man, goes between his legs, saved by Babbitt, rebound. They say it's on the line. The light never came on, and the referee says no goal.
Brooks, I got to completely disagree with the official there. I had a great vantage point right down the line. It was a clear goal for the Binghamton Black Bears. Puck over the line, White in between it. Luckily for Motor City, their keeper was able to scoop it up and drag it out.
We'll see if any of our friends have a good angle at it, and maybe we'll get a Hines injury replay. In fact, we will. Puck is bouncing on the line. It looks awfully close. Definitely had some English on it. And everybody.
It seems the fans have chosen a verbal way to show their displeasure with the call with the officials on the ice.
Well, after all of that, the call on the ice is going to be the one that is standing. D'Angelo, Jurich, and Kirkby come up empty-handed that shift. 17:55 left to go. And maybe you can feel that this no goal, whether which way you look at it, depending on what angle you have, might have turned the momentum back in favor of the Black Bears. Pass out in front, yawning net. McVeigh makes a save right on the goal line. It goes both ways. McVeigh keeps one out, and teams trading chances here early. Less than 5 minutes gone in period number 3.
What an absolute stellar save by McVeigh. He dives far leg across the post, slams the door on the yawning cage for the Motor City forward, and completely shuts the door on him. Absolute stunner from McVeigh.
Riley McVeigh only allowing one even strength goal. Really hugging the post right there, and referees getting their money's worth tonight in this game. They got a great one, 3-3, and one referee has to make a close call on one, and the other has to be right on top of it on the other side. McVeigh will cover up on the long pass. Now Binghamton won't be allowed to change coming off of this because that Motor City was behind the red line when they dumped the puck in.
Interesting, Brooks. You know, that save by McVeigh really makes you appreciate how much work these goalkeepers have to do on their flexibility. His leg was almost at a 180-degree angle in the wrong direction there, and an absolute stellar save by McVeigh.
The official goal reads Tyson Kirkby at even strength at 28 seconds in from Gino D'Angelo and Tyler Jurich. The top line getting a game-tying goal at 3. 17 minutes just about left here. That same top line is still on the ice. They weren't allowed to change. Kirkby will skate over to the door along with D'Angelo. Jurich now making his way all 3 forwards getting off the ice, keeping bodies fresh. Look out. Turnover at the line. Here comes Gavin Abbott, but it gets stripped away at the last second by Conway.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, we were so close to it. Too many men on the ice there for Motor City. They had 2 in their last game, which is so rare for a hockey team, especially a hockey team in the Fed, to see.
And especially it was 2 back-to-back too many men calls within 2 minutes of each other. So just some miscommunication between the coaches and the players for Motor City.
I'll tell you
proved to
what,
be costly.
That's the type of play from Motor City that's going to cause their managers' hair go white down on that bench. It is nearly impossible to do that. Such a rare play to see 2 in a row, and such a rare play to see 2 within a span of a penalty of each other, which Port Huron hopefully took advantage of last week.
Face-off lost by Binghamton in the offensive end. It'll be Motor City with a head of steam. And look out, here comes Brad Reeder shoving off one hit. Lewis couldn't connect with the whole body on that one. Does enough to separate his man from the puck, and that's good. You got to look out. Bodies flying here in the third period. Gavin Abbott will throw the puck on sides for Anderson. Anderson in the face-off dot, drops it off for Newberg. Newberg throws a wrist shot, blocked on the way through by Colton. Never made it to the goaltender. Anderson toes around the blue line, looking for any daylight that he can find. Newberg cross into Anderson's way, and a pass that will be deflected out of play off of a stick of a Motor City defender.
I'll tell you what, Brooks. You can see how much it means to both teams to take the 3 points today. Everybody is playing a hyper-physical game, and that would have been a huge collision in open ice if Binghamton had connected there. Huge hit.
Josh Newberg, Brett Parker, and Nikita Ivashkin, the 3 forwards. They'll be matched up with a Derek Makima, and Makima will win the faceoff to his winger, and out comes Everett Thompson. Thompson shooting for a rebound because he had Makima floating down the left wing side, but McVeigh does a good job of steering that puck into the corner to where Motor City can't get to it. Now Brett Parker crosses the line on sides with his teammate Ivashkin. Parker with it down low. Centering pass for Ivashkin, out in front, gets handcuffed. Good job by Motor City gapping up against Ivashkin. But there's Colin Fitzgerald. First game back for the Black Bears. Steers around one man, trying to make it 2. Centering pass out in front. Ivashkin didn't see it through the blue paint and out. Newberg will just have to play it back for the captain, Schultz. Schultz crosses the red line and dumps it in. No icing. Ivashkin first to it. Nobody holding the blue line, though, temporarily for Binghamton. Ivashkin with his head up now. Drops it back. But he will find the hands of Makima, and Makima will just glide it over to Declan Conway. And now the Rockers go behind their own net to start a breakout of their own kind.
Yeah, Conway's been looking good tonight. 3 points on the board after arriving last week from the Carolina Thunderbirds. Binghamton keeps the pressure up, not letting Motor City feel comfortable in their own end.
Here comes Alekrin. Alekrin will steer it wide of the net. And now it's Mathieu Boilard, who's got a booming slap shot. Instead, tries to go with the deke move. Takes out a man going after the puck, and nobody home left for D'Angelo to center up the pass.
I'll tell you what, though, Boilaro sent Brandon Contrato flying in his own end, threw him all the way down to the red line.
Binghamton got unlucky there with that pass coming off the boards right into center ice. Motor City was going for a partial change, and they tried to play the puck. And, in fact, playing the puck with his hand is Tommy Cardinal. Legally, though, didn't hit it to his own teammate and didn't also close his hand on it.
It looked pretty close there, Brooks. He was very close to closing his hand on it, and the defender, in fact, imploring the official there for that call.
Brad Ryder now with the puck. Ryder ahead of steam, trying to get past Mac Lewis, but a teammate offsides Tommy Cardinal a little bit too early into the zone, and it's an offsides. That allows us to step aside. 13:51 left to go in the third period. Black Bears tie the game up thanks to the goal scored by Tyson Kirkby. You're listening to Binghamton Hockey on Fox 1430. Still got a post-game show. Welcome back to the American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning third period. The Rockers were offsides. That sent us to commercial as the former Detroit Red Wing, Ian White, will just slap it in. A booming slap shot at the point is held on to by McVeigh, and it'll be an offensive zone faceoff coming up from Motor City.
Found it all there and really just stepped up and made a great play swallowing that puck up for the Black Bears. Also allows the Black Bears to get a change. Schultz and Fitzgerald coming out as the defensive pair.
Suffredini and White trading places on this faceoff. They try to get it back to Suffredini, who had that booming slap shot. You would think that as much hockey as Michael or Ian White has played, that he would be the one that you want to take that one-timing slap shot. But the Black Bears will clear the zone temporarily. Fitzgerald does a good job stick handling around one, make it two, on his forehand, seeking a corner, but sends it high. It'll get past Jake Schultz. No icing coming off the stick of Fitzgerald. Motor City allowed to change their forwards, and the Black Bears will maintain possession.
Fitzgerald just snuck that puck past Motor City goalie's blocker. Just a hair off the top corner, sent it flying over the net.
Anderson on the forecheck down low. Fitzgerald trying to go D to D, but look out. 2-on-1 coming from Motor City. Now with the puck, Declan Conway throws a wrist shot blocked on the way through. In the best case scenario, puck ends up behind the net. That allows the Black Bears to get back defensively. And now Schultz will backhand it over to Lewis. Lewis with a goal tonight got the Black Bears on the board, making it 2-1 with 1:20 left to go in the first period. Good awareness by Walters not touching that puck up, as that could have been too many men against the Black Bears.
Yeah, it was a great head an IQ moment there for Walters to not touch that puck, not take an unnecessary penalty midway through this third period.
And the only person to take a penalty tonight for the Black Bears is Jake Schultz. One on a hold and one on a slash. One probably necessary, one not so much, as a big hit is played on in the corner. Puck, though, ends up at the point. McVeigh will easily turn that one into the corner. Josh Colton tries to keep it in at the blue line. He does. Wrist shot wide of the target onto the blade now of Walters. Off the high glass, it escapes the blue line, and it'll be reconciled by Mike Wynn.
Jurich harassing the Motor City defense in their own zone. Great forecheck.
D'Angelo with the wrist shot, and Babin will decide to slow things down. And that's a shot that could have been easily turned aside for a rebound or played by the goalie. But do you think that Babin wanted to really melt the game down and just say, hey, we've had a lot of up and down right now, let's just try to get a face-off?
Yeah, you felt the momentum really shifting there for the Binghamton Black Bears as our fans go wild in the background. And I think it's a smart play to show the puck there, force an offensive zone face-off.
Third line out, one back by Newberg. Ivashkin will backhand it into the corner. As the crowd comes alive here inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena. Merkel throws a wrist shot at the point. That one just went over the net at the last second. It appeared that Newberg might have got a stick to it in the slot. Ivashkin looking for a friend to pass to. He can't find anybody, but Newberg has control of the puck in the face-off dot. Parker cheating a little bit too far down low. It'll find its way onto Motor City, who will just dump it out of the zone. Kept in the offensive side now for Motor City, as Haskins can't get all he wants on that pass. But it seems that Motor City, their own worst enemy, throws the puck out of their own side as they have to tag up on the delayed offsides.
It's Motor City's their own worst enemy so far this period. A lot of these mistakes have been self-made. No offsides there for the Binghamton Black Bears, able to get it deep into Motor City's zone.
Mac Lewis with a heavy hit and a 2-on-2 breakout now. Here comes another Thompson brother. That is Elias Thompson. Or excuse me, Thompson, not brothers. No relation between Elias and Everett.
Just very distant cousins.
And a neutral zone penalty coming up against Motor City.
That's going to be interference for sure on Mahaka. What a bad penalty to take there in the neutral zone. Your own team has the puck. And a completely unnecessary one too, Brooks. Just throwing the Binghamton Black Bears forward on the forecheck to the ground for no apparent reason.
Hines energy replay, and it looked like the Black Bears player just minding his own business going through the neutral zone, and he gets sent down to the ice right in front of the official too. Maybe that's something you get away with if the official is maybe trailing the play or not right in the direct line of sight. But the Black Bears power play is back out on the ice. They're 0 for 2. Slap shot at the point from Schultz. Just misses the target.
I think that was deflected wide by a Motor City defender laying down in the shooting lane there, Brooks.
Kirkby with it at the top of the umbrella. He goes to Jurich. Jurich and Kirkby playing catch. Kirkby loading up for Jurich. Fair play, they score!
Jurich in that low bunker spot, got the puck on his stick and buries it in the back of the net, making Motor City pay for a bad penalty.
The Black Bears have the lead for the first time tonight with 10:17 left to go in the third period. 4-3 Binghamton. Power play goal from Tyler Jurich.
You could feel the momentum shifting, Brooks. It really has been going all Binghamton Black Bears this third period, and a first goal on the special teams, gets it on the Jurich's stick, and he just buries it in the back of the net, glove side, or blocker side for the Motor City keeper.
What a big goal for Tyler Jurich, a power play goal, the first one tonight. That's also the Burger King burger goal, so all the fans here in attendance are going home with the coupon for our free cheeseburger thanks to our friends over at Burger King.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, one of my favorite things as a fan was always the cheeseburger phone. The fans are excited, they're buzzing, and they can't wait to get those cheeseburger gold certificates thanks to our friends over at Burger King.
Taking a look at it one more time on the Hines Energy replay, we see that Tyler Jurich able to go through the 5-hole, squeak one home. Trevor Babin thought he had squeezed his legs tight enough to keep that puck out, but as small as the puck is, the slightest space will send the puck through, and it gives the Black Bears the lead. Ian White holds the blue line. No, it jumps over his stick. Here comes Nikita Ivashkin. Head of steam. Black Bears looking for insurance. Ivashkin trying to go to the top shelf, and he is taken down, and Newberger will take exception to that, and now we're going to have some tussling.
Yeah, you don't like it when anybody runs your keeper like that. However, Ivashkin was just finishing through. Yes, Motor City has a little bit of right there, but no need for that. That's it. They're going to dig it up here, and I'm telling you what, Brooks, this is what you wanted from your Binghamton Black Bears. They are ready to rumble with the 4-3 lead, taking the physicality of Motor City. They have them on their heels. If this were a prize fight, this is a knockdown in round 12, really putting Motor City on their heels.
Ivashkin and Dante Soffredini get tangled up, both of them ending up on the ground. Not so much a boxing match as it was a wrestling contest there. But Ivashkin gets everybody in the building up on their feet.
And I'm going to give Ivashkin 2 points for the takedown there. That was a nice double leg by him. Most likely going to be offsetting roughings here.
Ivashkin given the gate so far. The penalty box door is open now. The referees will get together and discuss how they want to officiate this one. It appears that Dante Soffredini is also being escorted into the penalty box as you get a look at it on the Hines Energy replay.
You can see clearly on the replay, the Motor City player was giving Ivashkin a nice little face wash, a little retribution for running their keeper down there, and Ivashkin takes the trip. Nice takedown there. If we were on the wrestling mat, that's a good 2 points for a takedown, I'll tell you what, Brooksy.
9:41 left to go. This gives us the opportunity to step aside. You're listening to Black Bears Hockey on Fox 1430 in Binghamton. Welcome back inside Visions Veterans Memorial Arena as I collect myself the Triple Cities Family Dental Kiss Cam. Just went away, and I'm once again glad I was not a part of it. The Black Bears have a 1-goal advantage. They lead 4-3 thanks to the power play goal scored by Tyler Jurich, assist going to Tyson Kirkby and Jamie Bussell, his first game of the season for the Black Bears, already having a couple points to go with it.
And Brooks, it looks like we're adding an extra Binghamton Black Bear to that group that ended up in there. I thought it was going to be offsetting minors for roughing. Looks like we'll probably have either a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-4 as 2 men enter the box for the Binghamton Black Bears. Looks like there's a long conference happening at center ice, trying to figure out the explanation why there aren't an even number of players going for both sides. And it just always is interesting trying to figure out what's going on in the referees' heads.
Jake Schultz getting the explanation from the officials. An extra man has been put into the box. And it looks like Josh Newberg has also been given a penalty at 9:41. I would imagine that all of these are roughing penalties as they come through.
Yeah, it's going to be Josh Newberg and Nikita Iveshkin serving for the Binghamton Black Bears. And for the Motor City, it's going to be Dante Sapadini serving the penalty.
The biggest penalty kill is always the next one. It gives us another opportunity to talk about our friends over at the Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill, powering the man down all year long for the Black Bears. They are specialty contractors for all your paving and concrete needs. You need to contact Northeastern Striping Corporation today. 9:41 left to go, and a game that's gone back and forth the entire night. The Black Bears have all the momentum right now with a 1-goal lead coming out of the TV timeout. It'll probably be a long 2 minutes for Josh Newberg sitting down.
Yeah, they're wiping out both the Iveshkin, the offsetting minors, and they're just going to give Newberg the penalty for 2 minutes. Let's see what happens here on the penalty kill.
Face-off one back by Binghamton, and Schultz will slap it past Colston, who was holding the blue line. And we get a look at the forward group, D'Angelo and Abbott. Abbott probably the team's best penalty killer. And looks like the linesman might have gotten in the way there unintentionally on the chip in by Clauston. And Clauston will have to come back, and Ian White quarterbacking this power play for the Rockers as they try to get a clean entry into the zone. Black Bears all swarm the red line.
As you can hear the fans are very unhappy with that call. You see a lot of those offsetting minors nowadays, and it's shocking to see the third one go in there.
Declan Conley will throw it down low as Motor City finally gets some offensive zone time on the power play. Slap shot by White, deflected into the netting. A good stick by 77 dressed in camo. And a minute 8 left to go in the penalty. And looks like power play unit number 2 coming out on the ice for Motor City.
Looks like the penalty kill coming out, number 2 for the Black Bears as well. It's going to be from the offensive right, or the defensive right zone in the Black Bears zone. Face-off stepping in for Derek Makiyama.
Makiyama will win the face-off to his winger, but he gets tied up. Good job by Mathieu Boilar. Just trying to waste off some precious seconds. 1 minute left to go in the penalty as Kirkby trying to tie up his man. Boilar doing a good job of just running the clock down a little bit, but the puck will finally find its way back to Mike Wynn, who misfires, lost it in his skates momentarily, but here indirected down low for Everett Thompson.
That could have been really bad for Motor City as the Binghamton Black Bears clear the puck into the opposite zone. No trapezoid here in the Federal Hockey League.
Josh Colton now starts this power play breakout. Anderson missing on his sweeping poke check, and a full body dive from JT Walters. And look out, here come the Black Bears, shorthanded, coming out of the net. And Bussell almost had his second of the game.
The Motor City keeper there tried to come out for a half second to play that puck, underestimated the speed of the Binghamton Black Bears player there, and almost cost his team a shorthanded in their 5th goal of the night.
Bussell almost put that through the 5-hole of Babin. That's how Tyler Jurge scored. Turnover though, right onside. Penalty is over. The Black Bears have killed off their first penalty of the night. The Northeastern Striping Corporation penalty kill now 1-for-4.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, the all-star of that penalty kill was JT Walters, laying his body on the line, made a couple of huge plays, and shepherded that rebound out of danger, out of harm's way.
My apologies. The penalty kill now 2-for-4 on the night. Newberg passes it to himself at the blue line between his legs, and the Black Bears content to keep control of it at center ice. They're dump it in. Abbott and Newberg to chase after it.
Another big neutral zone turnover for Motor City. Black Bears really putting the pressure on Motor City.
Schultz with it now, down low, trying to drag around his man, but Vaughn Clauston does a good job of holding his spot and not allowing Jake Schultz to get any daylight below the goal line.
I think Jake Schultz was looking for Parker there. Unfortunately, Parker got a little impatient and didn't give Schultz the time he needed to play the puck to him.
6:25 left to go. D'Angelo skates with it across center ice and the blue line. D'Angelo looking for a friend to pass to. He had Boilar choking down from his defensive position, and Boilar giving an extra shove on his way back out to the blue line. But Kirkby intercepts it inside the zone, and it's scored! Tyson Kirkby, his second of the night from a very low angle. The Black Bears are up by 2.
Tyson Kirkby with a Pavel Datsyuk reminiscent zero-angle goal. Plays it off the back of Motor City's keeper skate into the back of the net for his second of the evening, and he goes for a brace there, Brooksy.
Black Bears up by 2, and that's why you never count Binghamton out. They were down 2-0 in this contest. They come from behind, and now they have a 2-goal advantage. Getting a look at the Heinz Energy replay, Kirkby low angle right at the goal line, throws it off the backside of the goaltender into the back of the net, and Kirkby looking for hat tricks now in back-to-back contests.
And you know, Kirkby even on the video board at the arena gave a little shrug like, hey, I don't know, but you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Black Bears now up by 2, under 6 minutes left to go. And plays on sides for Bussell, and Bussell has his shot blocked on the way through. It goes into the safety netting.
That's going to be a tip and an offensive zone face-off for the Black Bears, Brooks.
Do you or someone you know have a birthday coming up? Then check out the Wegmans Birthday Experience. Joining your friends and family to celebrate your birthday. Get a custom Black Bears birthday cake and celebrate your birthday with the Black Bears thanks to Wegmans.
Puck drop for Binghamton in the offensive zone, put the puck on net.
They keep control of the puck. Mac Lewis does a good job steering around his man, but Declan Conway, we've said his name a ton tonight, 44 in black and purple, will intercept a pass and take it away, but Conway sent down to the ice by hometown favorite MJ Merkel.
And Merkel got up, let him know, yeah, that was me who just put you to the ice there, bud. Oh, we got a hook, Brooksy.
Another penalty coming up against Motor City, as it appears that the Rockers cannot get out of their own way in the third period. The Black Bears, who scored on their last power play, are headed to the man up once again with 5:14 left to go.
That was one of the more obvious hooks on Conway there. He makes a bad play in his own offensive zone, turns the pucks over, gets put down to the ice, picks himself back up, skates down to his own end. What does he do? Draw a hooking penalty by getting his stick in the skates of Bursell. Kirkby looking in this power play for his third of the evening.
We're a step aside, come back, 5:14 left to go. You're listening to Binghamton Hockey on Fox 1430. Welcome back in. You're listening to the third period of Black Bears hockey. We join the action in progress. The Black Bears are on the power play. Declan Conway is sitting down in the box for 2 minutes, and the Black Bears, who just scored on their last power play, can A, score another goal and get up by 3, or B, just run 2 minutes off the clock and get that much closer to another regulation win.
Brooks, I'm a little confused. There's also a Binghamton Black Bear in the box. I haven't heard anything announced. Maybe it's an unsportsmanlike, something like that. I don't know why there'd be a Binghamton Black Bear in the. We got a call coming in, a hand pass, it looks like.
Yeah, hand pass against Binghamton in the offensive zone. That'll stop the play and move it down. But something that we did not see right away, as they give Nikita Ivashkin a 10-minute game misconduct for continuing to fight. So Ivashkin sitting down in the bench, or excuse me, in the penalty box until the final 19 seconds left to go in the period. So Ivashkin will have a one-person show for the final 4:34 of this game.
You know, that's a tough one for the Binghamton Black Bears. Ivashkin's been one of their best goal scorers so far. He's been an offensive spark plug. He's on their PP1, and it's a tough play. Luckily for them, Birch and Tyson have been playing really well. So Kirksby's been looking for his second hat trick in a row, and I think this might be the chance for it, Brooks.
Kirkby looking for the hat trick. The net will be vacated momentarily, but a little bit too close for Travis Babin. A little bit too much time, too. The Black Bears have had plenty of opportunity to cash in earlier in tonight's contest, but now they've really taken control of the third period and come on their own. Jake Schultz carries in across the blue line, and Schultz now behind the net, calling his own number. Here, drop it back. And centering pass out in front. Nobody can connect. Mac Lewis was all alone in the blue paint, but it might have just hopped a stick at the last second.
The Binghamton Black Bears fans are serenading their hometown team with Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline as Schultz dumps the puck deep into the zone.
Kirkby first to it. He's going to take a slap on the wrist from Mike Wynn. Back at the blue line for the captain. Schultz does a good job of towing the line and making sure the Black Bears can stay in the zone. Kirkby looking for the hat trick, instead gives it back to Schultz. Schultz now over to Jurich. Jurich at the blue line. Black Bears are still on the power play. 30 seconds left to go, and Newberg has his hands cuffed at the last possible second. Schultz trying to keep it inside the blue paint, but instead he's forced to retreat all the way back behind his own net. Heavy pressure on the forecheck from Brad Reeder. Reeder comes away with the turnover. Pass out in front, and McVeigh makes another startling save.
Reeder might get an Oscar for his performance in the corner there, selling the head, trying to pull a penalty, pull him even on a 4-on-4.
Mike Wynn will softly chop it across the boards, and Newberg takes a heavy hit as those two will go down to the ice. Gaudette and Newberg get familiar with each other as the penalty is over, and Newberg will throw his man back down to the ice. Icing coming up against Motor City.
And that Motor City tired penalty kill has to stay on the ice. That's a crucial point for the Binghamton Black Bears, being able to get fresh legs on the ice as Motor City tires out and takes a man disadvantage icing call because they are getting their man out of the box. It's not an ideal situation for any hockey team.
Offensive zone face-off coming up for Gino D'Angelo. He's going up against a very tired body in Scott Koch. Coach, though, has to stay mentally tough. He will lose the face-off. Binghamton keeps the puck in down low. D'Angelo on his forehand skating behind the net, turns it to his backside and reverses for a wide open JT Walters at the point. Walters has his shot swallowed up, but Walters sends his man down to the ice. Penalty, though, coming up against the Black Bears.
That's going to be
and
a cross
Conway
check on the Black Bears on Walters.
And Conway, who had just had a penalty called against him, draws a call and a sign of life for Motor City with 2:38 left to go in the third period.
If you're Motor City, you got to start thinking about pulling the keeper here. A 6-on-3, a 6-on-4 advantage this late in the period is going to be a huge advantage for Motor City if they think about pulling the keeper a little bit early. You see that more and more at the professional level, pulling your keeper earlier and earlier, especially down 2 goals. I believe it's going to be a timeout called on the play.
Right you are, Alex, and with 2:38 left to go, the visiting club has used their timeout. Gives us a chance to recap what's going on and also tell you about the La Quinta Inn and Suites, not intermission report, post-game show that'll come up immediately following tonight's contest. We're 2 minutes and 38 seconds away from it. A sellout crowd here tonight inside Vision Veterans Memorial Arena, the first of its kind this year. 4,893 people paid to see tonight's game, and boy, did they see a good one.
Yeah, they did, Brooke. You got to see the Binghamton Black Bears battle down from multiple times being down 1 or 2 goals, bring it all the way back to a 2-goal lead, 2 minutes, 38 seconds left in the third period. JT Walters in the box for 2 minutes. That's going to be a tough one, Brooks.
JT Walters, as Alex mentioned, sitting down for the cross-checking penalty. 2 for 4 is Motor City tonight on the power play. They're not out of it yet. Net is vacated. And the face-off one thrown all the way down as Boilar was hunting for his 2nd goal of the season.
And when you're on the penalty kill, shooting the puck all the way from the opposite end, significantly less of a risk, Brooke. There's no icing on the penalty kill.
Makima throws a wrist shot blocked on the way through by MJ Merkel. Kirkby trying to fight his way for the hat trick. Gets across the line. And back-to-back hat tricks for Tyson Kirkby.
Fans, get your hats ready for the ice. Toss them on. Get your name in there. Make sure you can get them back. Kirkby with the hat trick.
Tyson Kirkby with 6 goals in his last 2 games. And the Black Bears are up by 3.
Kirkby might want to check his stick, might want to grab a Geiger counter for his stick because he is radioactive at the moment. 2 hat tricks, 2 straight games. The hats are raining down at Vision Veterans Memorial Arena.
We talked to Coach Gill after the last game about how important it was for Tyson Kirkby to get hot coming back from last year's team. And boy, what 2 weekends in a row across all these games. 2 hat tricks, and he has the only 2 hat tricks so far for the Black Bears this season.
I'll tell you what, Kirkby in the locker room earlier was talking with Durich about they have a little competition going, who's got the most points this season, and he said he wanted to go for a number that I think he could easily get. If he keeps at this pace, Kirkby's going to be one of those guys at the end of the year netting some year-end awards.
It's a Binghamton Black Bears hat trick with 2:13 left to go. An empty net goal scored by Tyson Kirkby.
Tyson Kirkby gets to send the hands home, happy with the empty netter, short-handed, and we got a burger goal as well earlier in the evening. So we got a burger goal, we got a hat trick, we got an empty netter, we got a power play goal. We're 1 shorthand away from getting a dealer's choice of goals here. Oh, that was a shorthanded too. We got the dealer's choice, Brooks.
That it is. It's an empty net shorthanded goal for 17, dressed in camo tonight. And the Black Bears now doubling up Motor City. And remember, the Black Bears came into this period, Alex, down by 1.
Yeah, Brooks, it showed how resilient this team is, especially against the Continental Division, which is one of the better, which is seen by some as the stronger division in the Fed. The Black Bears are fighting with Motor City right now. Motor City gets the puck into the neutral zone, but it's dumped deep into the zone by the Binghamton Black Bears.
The Black Bears can now just be content to dump the puck, and as long as it doesn't stay in their own end, they're going to be fine with it. They're up by 3, and they're still killing off. 45 seconds left to JT Walters on the cross-checking penalty.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, it has been a chippy affair so far this third period, and I think you can see that bad blood continue over into tomorrow night's game.
We'll be right back here with the Triple Cities Family Dental pregame show at 6:45. Black Bears have 65 seconds left to go in this one. In a game where they were trailing for the first 40 minutes of the game, they now find themselves up by 3 with under a minute left to go. Haskins with the puck, misplays it temporarily, but stays on his feet. A good job keeping his balance as Haskins will try to elevate it past Contrado, and Contrado holds the blue line. Merkel goes down to a knee, slap at it, and Lewis takes a look up at the video board. He can ice it if he wants to, but it will be knocked down on the way through by Vaughn Clouston. Clouston giving it up now, crossing the red line and the blue line. Oh, now for Roman Gaudet. Gaudet appears to be a little bit out of gas as that pass is too much to handle for MJ Merkel. 25 seconds left to go.
I'll tell you what, Gaudet is a big boy. And fans, if you like these camo jerseys the Binghamton Black Bears are wearing from these nice camouflage jerseys provided by Lockheed Martin, tomorrow night we're going to be doing an auction for them after the game. All you have to do is buy a ticket and you can bid yourself on one of these jerseys.
Final seconds, puck is in the blue paint. Binghamton shoves it down the ice, and Binghamton has won 3 in a row. Black Bears win by the final count of 6-3.
I'll tell you what, Brooks, the fans are going home happy. It's a burger goal, it's a hat trick, a shorty, a power play, regular action. This is a huge win against a continental opponent for the Binghamton Black Bears.
The Black Bears win the first game of Military Appreciation Weekend. Don't go anywhere, folks. We still have the La Quinta Inn and Suites postgame show coming up right after these messages. You're listening to Fox 1430 in Binghamton.
One break in the post game.
Yes, sir. Oh, where'd that sheet go? Oh, there it is. Wow, what a game, what a game. 6-3, the final count. The Black Bears pick up the extra 3 points on the night. And Alex, when things looked bad for the Black Bears early, they didn't get off their game, and they battled all the way back from down 2-0 to win 6-3 here at home.
Yes, it's a big sending the crowd home for the first leg of Military Appreciation Weekend and Veterans Day. They battled back, hard-fought victory for the Binghamton Black Bears, but they did what they needed to do in the second and the third period. They forced turnovers in the neutral zone,